Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Forgot how good it is.
This is Cat Williams read.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna start talking shit on everyone in the business.
And there ain't never been a day that Shane Gillis ain't never texted me, you're gay. Always calling me gay.
Oh, we had Cat Williams ride the racing simulator, and I filmed it and put some of it up on Instagram. But he's like,
This is how he drives. This is a normal thing. He does this because he does this in real life.
Yeah, I would love for Cat Williams to be the voice of my self-hate.
He's like, you ain't never gonna be nothing, baby. You suck.
It's like, I know Cat.
just to wake you up every day and get you to go to work.
Yeah, he's the new David Goggins.
Yeah.
He's like,
Pain is good. Feel everything bad, pimpin'. I'm out here golfing in $5,000 sneakers.
dude, the books thing is still the funniest shit in the world.
Bro, he doubled down and then some.
Respect.
He
on
said,
doubling down on a crazy shit is fucking hilarious.
He was saying, I went to the library and I got 20 books at a time because that's all they would let you get, and I would be there 3 times a week.
What is...
Oftentimes I'd be reading 8 books simultaneously because I have the original book and then I have books that are annotated. And
I love it. The idea that a librarian sees him coming and gets nervous. Where they're like, no, lock the doors. Here they
only
come.
20.
Only 20.
Only 20 books
I
at a
need to
time.
read 30 books today.
What was he saying, a week? How many?
I don't know. Fuck, he's a gem. That guy's a gem. I love him.
One
I was
of the-
so happy that I got him to come on the podcast because, like, he's like,
Joe Rogan don't want me on this podcast.
I'm like, I do though.
Yeah.
I fucking love that guy. I've
Did you-
always sung his praises.
When you heard him say that, did you talk back to the interview? You're like, but I do want you on.
No, I immediately went on Twitter.
Yeah.
I immediately went on Twitter and I said, dude, I'm on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it was
I
every-
just have never met him. I never met him until yesterday.
I've never met him.
So it's just like we passed each other in the night at the store. I just never was there when he was there. And he was already a big, giant theater act by then.
Yeah.
And now he's an arena. Like, it's just- I just never met him. That's all it was. Like, it's hard to meet arena acts. Like, unless it's Chappelle, who still goes to the clubs.
Yeah.
Like, I asked him to do the club. Like, you want to do a spot at the club? So he goes, I'm an arena act.
Just to clarify with someone like that.
Like,
is-
I do arenas too. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
he goes-
the club is amazing.
Can't.
Yeah.
Not enough people.
No, I think he genuinely doesn't enjoy being in tight crowds like that. I think he's uncomfortable. And I told him, like, you guys are famous. And he was like, you guys are too famous.
I mean, he's been doing arenas for over 10 years now. And then theaters the whole time.
Well, Pimp Chronicles was when? When was Pimp Chronicles?
I'm gonna guess. I mean, I know Jamie's gonna look it up. I'm gonna guess 02, 03.
Somewhere around there. I watched that in the gym yesterday before I came to do
It's
the
one of the
podcast.
greatest stand-up specials of all time.
It's fucking amazing.
The amount
The
of
energy.
it's crazy. It's like up there with like the energy of Chris Rock, Bring the Pain, where there's like it's like yell
But
laughter.
it's his own flavor.
He's the best, dude.
It's his own flavor of comedy. Like his flavor of comedy is uniquely Cat Williams.
Yeah.
Like the way he can repeat things and they become funnier. Who can fucking repeats a line and it becomes funnier? He does. The bit gets better. Come on, son.
I was saying even his 2019 special was so funny that I sat through 16 minutes of Jacksonville jokes.
Yes.
Acting like I knew that about Jacksonville. Like I'm like, oh, those bridges.
I forget who Chris Rock was watching with. But they were going crazy just because he was just talking about Florida.
16 minutes.
A local.
And by the way,
you're laughing with him.
the whole time.
Yeah.
He doesn't lose you.
No.
And then the special just gets better and better. He was doing sex robot bits on that. That special, yeah, he's
a monster.
I think he is top 10 of all time, and people don't even. I think he gets overlooked a lot for a guy that's been doing arenas.
Well, he's had a lot of controversies and craziness.
Yeah.
But that's what you get when you get a brilliant mind. You get a fucking Ferrari engine on a kid's bike.
Yeah.
And sometimes it goes off the rails.
Oh, absolutely. It's almost like Howard Hughes shit, where you're going to be wearing boxes of Kleenexes and shoes, or wrestling a 7th grader, and it's going to be filmed. Because that shit, if you had enough money, you'd be like, nuke the internet. I want that off.
Bro, when you see the Howard Hughes type characters, you see those guys. That is
Yeah.
But I see it. I get how it happens. I see how it could happen.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of
then
money, and
you
like,
become defensive, like crazy defensive and paranoid. The paranoia is the thing that makes you just go like, no, I'm just gonna grow my beard and my fingernails and not leave outside.
well, you stop it. You have to stop and think about the time that Howard Hughes lived, okay? And how easy it was to kill somebody. There was no fucking video cameras everywhere. There was no cell phone cameras. There was no DNA evidence, and everyone was corrupt.
And people feel like it wasn't a thing where after 12 hours you're like, let's get eyes on it. It'd be a couple days.
Yeah, they
and
wanna-
people would be like,
Bro,
you just
they-
didn't show up for work.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're the billionaire guy who's controlling the schools.
Oh my god. You're making weird decisions about the drinking water in the
you're
town.
a Rockefeller.
Yeah, you're just like-
what? You better be concerned.
Yeah, you better have people around you. Well, that's
Yeah.
where you got to worry about. Who are you insulating yourself with? Because if you're like a billionaire like that and you've got crazy motherfuckers in your ears, that's how you get like, last time I was here, we were talking about Saddam Hussein's kids. That's the kind of similar shit. You just get like crazy people around you, some Machiavellian shit, and you're like, yeah, burn the town. Yeah, mafia kids. Mafia kids are always not as good at mafia-ing as their dad. That's like,
Dangerous because they didn't have it.
yeah,
They just got that power, so they've never had to work for it. They just really do.
which also leaves a hole. I think it leaves like yeah. Whereas if you make your money yourself, there's always this like gaining momentum where you're like, look what I'm doing.
Right, you didn't just hit the lottery.
Yeah,
Well, you kind of hit the lottery at many steps along the way.
you get lucky for
But
sure.
there was a lot of work involved in getting to where you are, so you know your progression and
Yeah.
what you put in to get to that progression. But if you just are born the son of a king
That's
and
where
you have a dragon,
yeah, you're just like, let's torture. Well, what's torture
feed people
about?
to dogs.
Well, you're probably, not to like empathize with these guys, but you're probably trying to feel something. You're probably like, everything is, all the great shit that I have does nothing to me.
Right.
That would change someone's life.
Right.
So now, what do I gotta do to move the
Cocaine.
needle? Yeah. But back then they were like, the milk of magnesia and fucking, and just putting hot flames on people and shit.
When did they figure out cocaine? Who was the first to figure out cocaine?
A brave person. A brave person that knew a little bit about science. Because
They
it
must
ain't
have
like
known.
weed where you can just pull it off and put fire to it. Cocaine and alcohol takes someone so dedicated
Man,
to
I'm
getting fucked up
fucking
that they become good at science.
Because I watched,
Good.
have you ever seen that show Traffic?
No.
There's this woman who's like one of my personal heroes, Mariana Benzeller. She's like a real on the ground journalist. Like
Okay.
goes to dangerous places.
Yeah, the kind of the people that need to do ayahuasca to stop the PTSD.
I don't know what she seems fine, which is crazy.
All those war correspondents are all like, you're like, you need to probably go do something to erase everything you've seen.
She was first on the show like 10 years ago because she exposed the fentanyl issue and the opioid issue in Florida, where they had those pill mills and they didn't have a database.
Joining the
Yeah.
fray.
So you could go to they call them pain management centers. You would go there, you would talk to the doctor on the left side. The doctor would say, oh, you need pills. And you go to the right side and they give you pills. And that's all they have is pills. And then people would go to multiple ones, stockpile, get a big bag, and go to different doctors. You can go many doctors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they call that what do they call it? Doctor shopping, or like going around and like there's a word for it where they go doctor to doctor.
Yeah, you back then you could do it because they didn't have a database.
Oh, all that
which
shit.
everybody thought was insane. This is a controlled substance, a highly addictive heroin that you take in pill form, and you don't
They're selling
have
it
a
like gum.
database.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know.
So-
Did you come by today? And you go, no. And they're like, we can't tell.
She did a whole documentary on it called The Oxycontin Express. And it
That's
was
right.
Amazing.
I'm gonna absolutely check that out.
But she went to the fucking jungle of Colombia, of where they make cocaine, and filmed the whole process with the people making it, and then hiked out with them when they carried it on their backpacks through the jungle.
Who does she talk to?
It's like that.
How about
To
a nice
also
buck?
feel comfortable. You're like, at any moment, I'm in the jungle in Colombia. I'm fucking dead. And I just got my little recorder, and I go, so do you like cocaine? And they're like, no.
You're gonna expose to your enemies roughly where this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
roughly.
You're going to give away some information that can be used against you.
I'll find those guys. who are on
Sending
that
in an
video.
eagle.
Yeah.
I don't need. They have a mask on. I know those. That's Pedro.
When
I know Pedro. Like if you had a fucking
Yeah.
mask on and you were talking,
was like,
I'd
"Hey,
be like,
guys." You go,
that's Dan Soder. You'd have to do it.
Did you guys like Macho Man?
You'd have to do it in all Cat Williams.
Yeah.
While you were on cocaine.
I ain't giving away this cocaine. Ain't no one touching it, pimpin'.
Just the entire time you work in a coke factory.
That's
you
great.
talk to
Different
Cat
voices,
Williams.
or just I change my voices so no one knows who I am. I'm like, I'm telling you, this cocaine is unbelievable. And they're like, Dangerfield's back doing coke. When I was a busboy at this steakhouse in Aurora growing up when I was in high school, and we'd smoke cigarettes in the room that wasn't being used. We smoked in restaurants. And there was this old waiter, and he was a former Marine, and he was like old school, like I don't want to talk about it, old school. Like did some shit, and then one time after work, me and my buddy Mike were sitting there and we were smoking. He'd smoke Cool Unfilters. Wow. And this guy was just telling us stories about he was a sniper in the army, and his job in Central America was to kill donkeys that were carrying drugs north. And he's like, because we'd always ask him, like, did you kill people? He's like, no, I just shot a shit ton of donkeys. And he said, because all these donkeys would just have all this weight on them. And then he'd just pop them in the middle of the jungle, and he'd be like, well, now you've got, you know, and then it would set up like, okay, now go get him. But this dude, it's like, them telling us that, and us being 16 and wanting it to be people, you're like, no, but did you kill people? He's like, no, you're not listening to what I did. I fucked their shit up.
What a really dumb way to handle a problem.
Is what?
Like, here's the problem. Some people think you shouldn't do cocaine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna lock everybody up who sells it. So the only people that are gonna sell it are the people that can get away with selling it in Mexico.
Yeah.
And those people are going to be a super billionaire, powerful cartel,
Like an army.
an industry, an army, a well-funded army.
Yeah.
And they can walk here.
Yeah.
And that's because you don't want people over here to sell coke, even though people want to buy coke.
Yeah, let it rip.
I kind of feel like
Let it
that's
rip.
the only real answer.
Bring
Like,
it-
don't do it. Don't do it. But if it was sold in America, it would be actual coke.
Well,
Like, is it that hard to sell pure coke?
I bet
No.
it would. I bet it would make a lot of people's lives better and a lot of people's lives worse. Like,
A lot of people's lives worse, for sure.
It would go like this.
Look, Richard Pryor got just regular coke and it ruined him.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
some say Hunter S. Thompson. Some
Yes.
say Hunter S. Thompson's
Yes.
writing.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, all
Of
the
course.
all the
Look
old
at that.
school gods.
Love the way cocaine made him feel. Fucking duh.
Also, when you, and he's into psychology.
Yeah.
I bet there were some Freud talks that you're like, dude, I don't want to do this, and he's like, no, think about it. You want to fuck your mom? And he goes, dude, Simon, we're on a lot of blow right
It's
now.
like, dude, it's like 80s coke movies where you know they're writing and then making it when they're doing coke. There's some of those movies, like, what are you saying?
I just probably not, maybe, but Electric 2, Electric Boogaloo, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. I watched that in my hotel room the other day, and I was like, this was written on cocaine. Because every scene just goes like, and then they're here, and then they're here, and then they're here, and everything's all right.
My number one speculation is Showgirls.
Yeah, Showgirls was written with a half-erect penis. That movie was written by a guy that's like, and then boobs come out. That movie hit when I was in middle school, like right when jerking off started. And so it was a gold mine because you could be like, it's a legitimate movie. It wasn't porn, right? Like,
but she's topless.
oh, dude, the sex scene in the pool is the dumbest shit. Where she goes like,
She starts
where she,
flopping around.
she looks possessed.
It doesn't make any sense that anybody would be like, not lose their boner and go, oh my god, she's insane.
Yeah.
I'm having sex with an insane person.
Also, that would hurt having
Right.
sex like that. You'd be like, hey, calm down.
It was only NC-17, the first and to date only NC-17 film to be given a wide release mainstream theaters.
I'm
They
telling
made
you.
it it was so dumb.
That
It's one of
movie
the dumbest movies ever.
was so
but it's
stupid.
great. But it's great to watch.
8th grade jerk off. It's
Well,
Hall
it's
of
just
Fame.
great to watch because it's so goofy. Like
It's-
if you're with a bunch of buddies and you get high and watch Showgirls, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. Really.
I got the terminal.
Like Hinchcliffe, Gillis, Showgirls.
Oh yeah.
We're having fun.
I mean, all the dialogue, the choppy dialogue, it made Cinemax movies look better. Where you're like, man, we were really making fun of Shannon Tweed and all those Cinemax movies, and then you're like, it's actually much better than this. It's better than Showgirls. But Showgirls
It's just a
themselves,
wild movie.
they were like, Jesse Spano gets naked. I mean, I'm telling you, it timed out perfectly. I was young enough to watch Saved by the Bell and take it seriously that by the time puberty hit and Showgirls happened, you're like, I was waiting for something like this. And
Oh
you're
my
like,
God.
wait, I think kids now get it too quick.
Way too quick.
The sexualizing of like everything happens
Well,
so.
boys are seeing porn the moment they get a phone.
Yeah.
The
And
moment they get a phone.
why wouldn't you?
You can't stop.
Yeah.
They're too smart. My youngest, my middle daughter, she figured out how to. My wife put a password on the phone,
Yeah.
and so like she could limit the use. She figured to record the screen and give my wife the phone. So my wife punches in the numbers. It's recording the screen.
It's like velociraptors learning how to open doors.
Wow, that's exactly like
What the fuck?
she was 12.
That is, they know so
Like
fast.
that's so creepy.
Yeah,
Like you
it's,
little raptor.
yeah.
Like imagine thinking that. Go here, mom. Here, mom. Here's my phone.
Can you put it in?
I really agree with you that limitations are important.
I want to see the puppies. And she's like,
You look at her screen time, and it's 4 hours of TikTok.
She goes around the corner and she looks and she's like, we got her.
Well, they're little drug dealers.
Yeah.
That's what the phone companies are. Little
Yeah,
drug dealers for
dopamine
kids.
hits.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
we
little
do it
drug
too.
Dealers, and the kids are little junkies, and we're junkies too.
But I think it is, I think it's one of those things where you're like, what's going to be their response to it? Because they're smart. They can do shit like that. When they get older, are they going to be like, hey, we should limit this?
No, it's not going to be limited. We're in it now. We're in it now, and this is us. And I think it's just going to get more and more invasive. That seems to be the direction it's going. If I had to guess, and then this is obviously just a guess, I don't know, but I feel like this can't stop, especially with AI. When they're talking about AI and all the things that AI can do for you now, it's just people are getting papers written and getting busted all the time. ChatGPT is writing them. Any answer to kind of anything. The code websites instantaneously.
It can do your voice, replicate your voice.
The
If you
Google
have-
one can't show white people though. Which is the real issue. No, really. You didn't know that? Oh, dude. Are you ready for this? They
Google it.
asked the Google one to show images of World War II Nazi soldiers.
Yeah.
And they made it all woke. So they made like a Native American Nazi, they have an Asian lady Nazi, they have a black man Nazi.
You are describing the
It's-
perfect punk album cover from the 80s.
Bro, it couldn't describe the founding fathers of the United States.
Well, they were men, but were they? Did they identify as
Dude, you
men?
have to see some of these pictures. You got any, Jamie?
Here's my question to you, and this is the perfect place to ask this question about cell phones. Do you think there's any chance that cell phones are weapons from aliens that disarm us because we're all looking down and they know it can use our emotions, like a grenade that takes a long time to explode, where they're just like because we each have them.
Right.
Everyone like. Because I love alien shit. And you're like, well, there's got to be some alien technology. If they're watching us, they just drop some. They're like, hey, you guys want to watch them get fucked up? Let's give them cell phones.
Look at that.
That's great.
Founding fathers of America.
This summer,
I
George
like how one of
Washington.
them is a Native American. Like that's like saying a Holocaust victim is.
was a Nazi.
Yeah, that's so crazy to say that's one of the founding fathers of the United States. No, that's who we stole the land from.
Yeah, this was
What are you
theirs.
talking about?
He goes,
Look at the images of Vikings.
Dude, that's great.
Well, a Samoan dude and a black lady.
Yeah.
Look at the popes. An Indian woman and an African man. It's
This is-
amazing.
This is hilarious. Google Gemini. That's so funny. Google
Yeah.
Gemini's like, I don't want to say it.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Because you are messing with the fiber of reality to fit in with your ideology. And you shouldn't be doing that if you're in control of artificial intelligence. It's supposed to be an artificially intelligent program that takes all the information in the world and gives you a take-up things, right? It's not supposed to be an indoctrination. You can't use it to...
So you're saying no
Fit
opinions. It should be a regurgitation, not
You
an
can't
opinion.
fucking lie about who the founding fathers were.
Man, but can you imagine if you could use AI to make it yourself look awesome? If you're just like any AI Dan Soder stuff, you're like 7 foot tall, could dunk easily, run up and down the court.
Show me the one where they showed the Nazi soldiers. The Nazi soldiers. at this, bro. Look at this.
An Indian
Look at
Nazi
this.
nurse.
There's like the darkest African-looking man you've ever seen.
Was the top left their attempt at a white guy? And they were just like, yeah, we can't even do it.
I think the top left is a white guy. So they gave you one white guy when it came to German soldier. But they just got an Asian lady.
Yeah.
You got an Asian lady Nazi? What? What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck did you just say? Do you know what a Nazi is? How are you so dumb and yet so smart?
Yeah.
That
I
is
mean,
the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
we're going to need to hope that robots stay that way when they turn on us. That there's still some stupidity in it so we can win.
It's this weird white thing. They have a problem with white people.
Yeah,
It's so bonkers.
you also just don't know, like, the program. Like, people can program this. People are... At what point does AI get away from it? At what point does AI... Because you remember that thing where they
I
had...
want you to imagine where it was done. I want you to imagine a world where you said, show me Muhammad Ali, and it shows you this white guy.
This is Pelican 1.
Didn't they, like, do that with, like, rock and roll? Where they're like, hey, rock music, but it's a white guy.
Sure, that was the criticism of Elvis.
Yeah, that he stole
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Like Ray Charles. Ray Charles talk shit.
Really?
Yeah, you ever see Ray Charles talk shit on Elvis?
I want to see
Bro,
that
you gotta see it. It's amazing.
immediately.
With his sunglasses on, talking shit.
But it'd be for effect if he took them off and looked at the camera. He's like, look at me. And he's got blind eyes. Fuck Elvis Presley.
Look into my gray eyes.
Like an oracle. I'm going to touch you.
He grabs your wrist and takes it right there.
Dude, it's funny that
Punk.
everybody
Called Elvis a punk.
everybody in entertainment has that where they go like, yeah, he did this,
Yeah.
but also fucking let's stop sucking his dick. Anyone in
Yeah.
entertainment
Yeah.
has that exact muscle,
Yeah.
that response muscle of
Yeah.
like, so he's the king. You're like, he ain't the fucking king. It might be off microphone, but everyone Cat Williams is off.
Right, but in his case, this is a totally different history. You gotta think of that was like, if you were a really good black artist, you actually couldn't get on TV.
Yeah,
It wasn't like today,
Yeah,
where
they're
these black artists are hugely successful.
they're like, no, it's just not happening.
Back then, you were not going to make it.
Yeah.
And they were gonna really promote this white guy.
Oh yeah, a white guy walking
Promote
up.
the shit out of this white guy.
And
Girls
then-
would scream and cry like, this is what we've been looking for.
That reaction, can I just say, that reaction always has been like, there's no way I could handle that. Someone scream crying the second they saw you.
Well, he couldn't handle it either.
Yeah.
Look what happened to him. He went crazy.
He just well, the Vegas, living in
Yeah.
Vegas full time and just
Bro.
doing fucking pain pills.
That's like living right next to Sauron's dick. Just the pull.
You are on. It's just the eye
That
above you.
fucking eye in the sky.
Oh, and then they're giving you weird jumpsuits and you're
Yeah.
learning karate.
And you're doing all kinds of drugs.
But by the way, peanut butter and banana sandwiches, fried.
They're good.
Yeah.
You know what's really good? Peanut butter and bacon.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and bacon.
I've been running back peanut butter and honey recently. Is it true Elvis died on the toilet?
That's what they say, but that's just a rude thing that I would say too if I was
Yeah.
like, he's a punk, he died on the toilet.
That was the end of it. They cut off. I already died on the toilet, and then it just gets around like that.
Elvis is probably still alive when he said that. I don't know. Well, actually, probably not.
Do you
That's
think
Bob
he-
Costa?
Do you think Elvis did the fake death and just
No,
like,
he's dead as fuck. Yeah, he's dead as fuck. You
I
can't
was-
do pills forever.
yeah?
They
but
get
what?
you.
But what a way at the end. I mean, there's a moment there where you were flying high, and then you got to be like, well, like, you either got to wrap it up or just be like, let's just play it out.
There's so many of his concerts where he got pill sweat.
Oh,
Like just pill sweat.
Oh,
Straight
dump it.
Pill sweat.
Just dumping sweat.
Elvis Presley autopsy explains grotesque illness that caused him to die on toilet.
He was 43.
He had constipation because of everything. He had a
No
That's
way.
what killed him? Oh, but isn't that one of the things that happens when people take like Vicodins?
Opiates, they usually have a hard time shitting on.
Yeah, here, due to his high-fat, unhealthy diet. What about the pills? Chill Rock suffered from chronic constipation. Why are they doctors? Due to his high-fat, unhealthy diet. What about due to his pills?
Yeah.
I know, but that should be at the top. Like, that's probably why he was constipated for fucking months. The unhealthy diet people shit like racehorses. They shit everywhere.
Yeah, he must have been, the amount of pills he was on that was stopping the shit and then
Yeah.
making it damn in him for 4 months.
So, the rock singer, anyway, I went off on a tangent, suffered from chronic constipation. A post-mortem examination found he had a 4-month-old compacted stool sitting in his bowel. Oh my God.
Can we talk about what came out?
But imagine how much that dude was eating, 4 months worth of food.
And banana peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, he didn't shit for 4 months?
He just packed it in.
How could you not shit for 4 months?
Because my initial thought is, this is just as a challenge.
No way.
Calling down a sentry.
What, Ari would go weeks? I got constipated 2 years ago, and it was one of the most terrified I've ever been in my life.
Scary.
For 2 weeks, I couldn't, 2.5 weeks, I couldn't shit.
Oh my God, you're still eating?
Oh, but you're also, you let go and you have to poop, but it just doesn't show up. You just, dude, it was after I got,
I have a friend that pulled out. Oh! Yeah, my friend Larry. Shout out to Larry.
Yeah.
I used to work with him on Fear Factor.
yeah, and he had to get poop pulled out of his butt.
The story, every time we tell the story, I literally couldn't breathe. Like, I was laughing so hard I couldn't fucking breathe. 'Cause he's funny anyway.
Yeah.
But he's telling the story. And when it got to the point it was hard, so they had to go in there and like break it up.
Like
pull
dynamite
it
it?
out. They had to use tools.
Like,
They had to just chip away at the cement shit
Marble
that was
poop.
stuck at the fucking base of his butthole.
dude, there was a moment where I was in Rochester, working a weekend, comedy at the Carlson, great club. Didn't shit all weekend. Saturday, I was like emotionally going through it, and I had suppositories, and I was like, do a suppository. Dude, I was like, just do it. Just do it. And it didn't work.
Oh,
and I was like, it was one of those moments where you go, why have you forsaken me, God? I was like, dude, nothing. And then after the weekend, I went back to New York, and my doctor was like, just drink Miralax.
Reloading.
Keep drinking Miralax. Like, fuck what it says. Every time you think about it, have a cup of Miralax. And so I was just a ticking time bomb.
Oh my God.
I was a ticking
And
time
you went
bomb.
on stage like that?
Dude, I had to. And I was like, I had to go. And so I get through the weekend, fine. I get through the weekend, but the second I got back to New York, the next morning I woke up and was like fucking around in my apartment, and all the adrenaline had dumped from like the past 2 weeks. I sat down and took the most glorious shit. I took like a Jeff Daniels Dumb and Dumber. Like, my legs were fucking, it was unbelievable. It was almost worth the constipation for that dump.
Why is it so satisfying to look at a giant shit?
Dude, it just dropping out of you, you're like, whoa!
But when
It
it's
was-
really big, you get excited
Oh
about
my
it.
God, when it snakes out,
Yeah.
I have to stop myself to yell to my fiance. Because I like, there's times where I'm like, someone's got to see this.
Ari would send me pictures.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Ari will box up his poop like he did when he gave
Yeah.
Big J a box of poop on Skanks and
That
said
makes
it
me
was.
gag just
He said it was an Avenged Sevenfold album, and he fucking shit in a box and gave it to fucking.
They
Jet.
opened it in front of a crowd.
Oh my God.
And everybody was like, "Ugh."
Oh, it cleared the room. It was at the old creek in the Queens, downstairs. It cleared the entire fucking room. No, everyone was like, that smells horrible. He's the best. Ari is one of those people where you're like, and now did you see he went viral with that sweet story about what he did for his girlfriend?
I did see that. I didn't read it though.
It's just, you know, we both know Ari the person. We both know the very good side, a sweet man. A mensch.
He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
I love him to death.
He is truly a mensch.
He's a great guy.
He united New York and LA comedy
He did.
single-handedly.
Well, he went over there with the attitude that we all had at the store.
Yeah, he's like, you guys should just meet these guys. We like everybody.
Yeah.
Big J was the first person that he was like close with, and then through Big J and Ari, the Helium started. Before we started hanging out, going to
I
LA. and
appreciate
everyone,
that
like,
follow,
became
Carlo.
friends.
The New York versus LA comedy like feud was the dumbest thing of all time. It
It
made
is.
0 sense.
You are literally giving power to all the industry, separating like that.
It's so. Not only was it so dumb, but it never made any sense because most of us started on the East Coast.
Yeah, when
And
you're
also-
from Massachusetts,
Yeah, I
you're like,
started
you started,
Boston.
yeah, you started like
It's
stand
doing
up for
pretty good
Boston.
already.
Yeah.
So many guys started in New York.
Burr,
and then came to LA. Burr,
I
yeah.
moved to New York in 07, right when Burr left. And so it felt like ridiculous that people were like, LA comic show.
Victory was never
Burr,
in doubt.
Burr's dead. It's like we knew,
Yeah.
like people that were there, it was ridiculous.
It was stupid. But it was a dumb thing, like just we're communicating.
Yeah,
so
that's
you're like, yeah, fuck those guys. It's like the walled garden feel. Like you come to the store and you see all the tricks and you
Yeah.
don't know who to hang out with, you know.
It's all high school. It's always high school. High school just keeps repeating itself throughout your life.
But you can have a cool group of friends in high school,
Yeah,
you know, and that's what I try to cultivate.
yeah, just people you want to hang with.
Cool group of friends. I figured out long time ago on the road, and I was trying to explain this to Fiend. It's better to make less money on the road and then pay a guy who's good to open for you.
Absolutely.
And pay for his airfare and his hotel. So
Yeah.
you make less money, but you'll have more fun. You
I-
have to have more fun. Fun is the whole thing.
I'll add to
Shoot.
that. I
That's a
like
good
bringing
question.
my friends who I like to watch because then I get to watch a show.
Yes.
I watch them in the middle and I
Hmm.
go like, this is so fun.
Yes.
Like-
and you get to go on laughing.
Yeah,
I wanna
like
see
You're already
Zelda.
laughing.
Dan
One
St.
of the
Germain's one of
Zeldas
my
probably
best
out
friends.
there
He's
all the
a
time.
hilarious comic and I bring him on the road and he just
My
does little
favorite.
stuff that I'm just like, dude, that's so fucking funny. He'll get off stage, I'll be like, that line is so funny, and he'll be like, oh, thanks.
How about you?
Because I'm, put out my special on YouTube Friday, March 1st. When we filmed that, I brought him because I was like, let's just keep this like a weekend. We're just gonna film this like this is, because I was just on the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just film a show at a club that I love, Portland Helium. We'll just film it like it always is, and I get to
I
bring my
haven't played
friend.
either of those
and then it's
games,
just like a
but-
hang.
Yes.
It's
I
like a
know
fun
they're
hang that doesn't
pretty
feel,
popular.
because when you do special tapings,
Valorant,
they can feel
I
like
wanted to get into
everyone's
it,
like,
but
are you gonna
never
do it?
did.
Right.
Is it gonna be good? And you're like, and you got like your managers there randomly.
Yes.
And it
This
just doesn't
game's a
feel
lot
like
of
a
fun.
show.
Right.
Filming it at Portland
If you
Helium
haven't
with St.
played it yet.
Germain and having like people around and just friends come
Surprisingly,
through.
it kind
It's
of
just
came
a
out
show.
of
It was
nowhere.
like, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna put this up on YouTube
Yeah.
for free, and this is
Bam.
great, and this
Perfect.
is exactly what I do on the road.
Yes.
And it was like a fun fucking hang.
And I think the club shows represent like a more intimate thing, which is what you're doing at home anyway. If you're sitting in your living room,
Yeah.
I think there's a disconnect. Like if you watch, like I've
You
seen
can
some
meet some
guys
pretty
do
cool people
arena
on here, too.
specials,
Which is nuts
which
because
is nuts.
It's pretty.
It's still great.
Pretty
Listen,
cool game.
arena shows
be
are
great.
Usually people
arena
are
shows are
assholes
fun. Dude, I
on
went and
game.
saw Nate at fucking State Farm in Atlanta.
I'm
I
not
wa-
saying arena shows aren't fun. I love
But
arena
here's
shows.
the point I'm making is I went and saw Nate, and live it was an experience. It was like
yeah.
watching one man in front of all those people just murder my friend. Just being like, buddy, my wife, but Nate. It's just like sending out waves. But at home,
With like minimal,
Yeah.
minimal exertion.
Yeah,
but maximum
I'm in the
reward
Air
punchlines.
Force,
if
the
we were in
United
the
States Air
40s,
Force.
he would have had so many. He would have been a Hall of Fame sniper in the Army. It's just how calm he would have been, and he would have been like 7 degrees left.
That's a great description.
And
of
then
him.
Nate would be like 7 degrees right.
I've never seen someone more calmly kill.
It's incredible.
Oh, nice.
It's
What kind
incredible.
of
By
artist
the way,
are you?
The way he kills, his bits are stuff that are it's so organic and from who he is
Yeah.
that like you're like, I've had multiple phone conversations with Nate, multiple over the years, where we have talked about something and then months later, that conversation is a 7-minute bit and it's just destroying the room. We had, because we all used to hang in New York like around 07, 08 at Stand Up New York when Patrice's manager Wayne Rada was booking it. So it was like Patrice was there, Attell, Big J, and then Nate. All these guys that I met, specifically Louis J. Gomez and all them, are all from this time period. So you would have weird hangs like me, Louis, and Nate. Nate
What
had a
up?
bit that he did on Conan about his friend trying to fight staff members at McDonald's because he took a bite out of his burger. That was Nate Lewis.
What's up?
We took a bite out of Lewis's hamburger and wrapped it back
I'm in the
up.
car,
And this
just chilling.
psycho came
It's a
back
nice
in and
day
was
out.
like, oh, what's up? And started walking at
Nice
the McDonald's
out.
workers. And Nate and I were like, no.
Yeah.
This happened so
I
hard.
know
He
it's
had to
nice
bail
as
out of
it is
McDonald's, and I had to get from
over
Lewis.
there, but
It was us.
it's windy,
It was
but
us.
it's
And then
sunny out.
6 months later, Nate's on Conan murdering the bit about it.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright.
That is an act of war.
What you been up
It's
to,
not your friend,
Duberston?
It's an act of war.
Not shit, just been at work and then
What a bad guy to pick.
playing this
That guy
Super
coming over
Sonic.
What, you playing Apex?
Yeah, I mean,
Helldivers, I've been on this shit
did
heavy.
you bite around it?
Yeah, I was
Wish
so
you guys had it.
When I was a waiter, that's what I would do with some.
Would be on this shit heavy.
I'm glad you found a game you really fuck with, though, bro.
Hell yeah. But
Because you know how long it's been since we've, like, found a game that we've actually fucked with, you know?
but that shit sucks that it's not on Xbox.
Does it give you, like, Destiny 2, like, Battlefront
Kinda
vibes type
Destiny
shit?
2,
Like, how does it make you feel, kind of? Like Destiny 2?
It feels like you're actually
Or Destiny 1, or...
like doing something. I don't know how to explain it, like,
Because
like it's like
pick me and just smoke.
endless like mission to protect the Super Earths, and like the other day the bug enemies were making their way into Super Earth, and everybody joined up together and started fucking doing missions to clear them out
Wait,
and shit.
so what? Like, everybody has to protect the Earth and
Yeah,
shit? If you don't do missions, it gets fucked?
Yeah, they'll start making their way into start taking over planets and getting closer to Super Earth.
Dude, that's insane concept, bro. That's awesome.
And if they make it into Super Earth, there's gonna be a big ass fucking war on Super Earth. Everybody will join in.
And it's got a bike tape.
Kind of
Wow.
like Ready Player One almost. That's why it's all good.
Dude, that is awesome, bro. I'm glad you fucked with it.
Yeah, you're describing.
Yeah.
You're describing what's gonna happen.
Shit, I ain't...
YouTube pranks.
Not much has been going on. I had, Are you playing right now?
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a story about a guy. One of the
Yeah, I gotta go to AA today at 5:30.
Oh, I saw that.
And then an article came out with an interview with his dad.
Shine the stomach right.
So you gonna be on the game?
But still a prank.
In a bit, if you want to talk to me when I get home.
Yeah, what
I
time?
mean,
Where's he from?
fuck around with. I mean, he ran.
How long are you gonna play for?
That guy ran from
Probably
something
a
more
while.
dangerous than him.
I'm gonna go see that dude too later tonight, but not till like
Some of these people are like, dude, they
7.
don't want to fuck. It's
And
against
it's
the
like,
wrong guy.
like 9:30 or something, like 9 your time.
Okay.
Pull his pants down.
Yeah, I'll text you when I get home. I don't know how long that'll be. Probably like 30 minutes.
There was
Alright.
Vine days
15.
doing pranks, and they were dancing black guys like in the hood and being like, no. And the second they would like get swarmed on, they're like, and there's one where a guy does it, and you hear that gun hit the street, and that prankster's like, and the guy like picks up the gun, and you're like, dude, wouldn't you? You could have been dead.
Yeah, we can
And by the way,
talk on Discord.
The
I don't know
security
if
guards
I'm
are just going to make it worse.
in the
'Cause then you're
market
gonna
to
get a
buy
guy,
anything
maybe
right
you have a
now.
guy
I'm
that can
about to
fucking handle himself.
have a
and he's not
baby
scared
here
of
soon.
scared. And now there's two people getting hurt.
Security guy gets shot first.
Exactly. And you're like, dude, that's
Oh,
what people do. But that's what it's alien weaponry.
best I can do is
They're coming from under the sea, and
overlays
they're
I
giving
got
us
for now.
weapons. I'm all about USOs now, dude. All about,
Undersea.
it's unidentified submersible objects. That's where they are, dude.
Yeah.
They're at the floor of
That's what
the
Cat Williams said. Yeah. We were talking about sonar.
That just touched my heart where I'm like,
Yeah.
do we both have the same crazy theory?
He said, is this correct or incorrect?
Dude, I love that.
We were talking about space, about how we know more about space than we do the ocean, which is true. He was saying that those underwater listening devices were most likely so that they could,
Dude,
because if they're really up,
well, here's the thing that they know about it. Fuck you should tell us. But here's what I think. The theory I heard, because I heard about, I listened to an episode of last podcast on USOs, and I got super into it because I was high enough. You know, when the song hits correctly, sometimes the podcast will do that. And I was listening to last podcast and it hit where I go like, it unlocked because they had this theory that they talked about that the millions of years it took us to crawl out of the water and evolve into fucking, whatever we are, like monkeys and then the Neanderthals and then humans. All that millions of years, there were things under the ocean evolving for millions of years.
Can you just add my username? I know usually I gotta add
on the roof.
Yeah, the problem is we've never seen anything other than us.
the numbers and stuff. I'll have to look at it after this match.
Found in the ocean that we
These things are gonna get after me.
Yeah.
and whales, but
And what about
dolphins and orcas are crazy.
but like octopuses too,
Yeah,
right?
that's true too.
Yeah.
But none of them, octopus, but none of them have ever figured out how to make things, like make houses, cars, and ships. It's all like they're out in the wild. There's no houses. I used to do a bit about how dangerous the ocean is because there's no doors.
Calling down supply.
I'm like, there's no doors. No matter what, it's just
There's
fucking
caves.
sharks and crabs and no doors.
Yeah.
And everywhere you look, everything is eating everything.
Yeah.
It's literal murder soup because they all eat each other.
It's a ladder of eating. Just everything goes up and eats something.
And at the top you have killer whales that are eating whales. They eat everything.
What if we're missing something? What if we don't see it? What if we are too stupid? What if we're just like rock monkeys
Yeah.
and they're just like, they can't see down here. These guys have no fucking clue. You know when you're in a tinted car and someone's like
Yeah.
looking in the window and you're looking at him like, look at this fucking idiot. He doesn't even see me. Maybe what if that's us with the aliens in the water? What if we're like looking down there in the water and they're like, these fucking idiots. Even when they come down here, they can't see shit.
That's possible. It's possible that they also can be completely invisible.
Yeah.
We're really close to being able to do that now with stuff. They figured out how to like project what's behind things on screens, so you can like have theoretically have a vehicle that as it's moving through an environment, it's projecting what's there.
Empty.
That's a predator shit.
Yeah, like literally, that's a concept that they're working on. They're working on it for aircrafts. They're working on it for vehicles. That's
Terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so terrifying.
And that's just step one. Step two would be do something that alters reality around the thing so it's invisible.
Yeah.
It like,
So that's what. So you go into the ocean, and we're like
Yeah.
down there, and we're so limited
Yeah.
because we can't breathe down there. So we're limited. We're in like submarines, or we have robots, and it's
Yeah,
just like a,
super
it's just like a
samples.
fucking ring. Every footage under the sea looks like a Ring doorbell, where it's just like, and we don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
They could be behind it like these
yeah.
idiots.
There's so little of it that we've explored. There's only like 10% of the ocean floor that we've explored.
10%.
That's so crazy.
10%. And then the thing that they always see UFOs or USOs over water, it's like the high frequency that they see them, and then they just fucking just down in there, and they're like, follow me, bitch. And we're like, we can't breathe. You know, space or the ocean, we can't breathe down there. We have a limited amount of room we can move around in.
Just the idea of something being here the whole time is so crazy.
Yeah. And then, but us being, what's comforting is, we're all so stupid we don't see it. Imagine if you had a friend that's like, hey, if a couple people could see it, you would be terrified.
Imagine if society had gotten to one point where artificial intelligence and human beings mixed, and we created a super class of species, a new thing that's both biological and biological,
Yeah.
and only a small number of beings
Standing
got
in an
that.
eagle.
I mean, you.
And those beings, for some reason, left us here the way we are.
Yeah, I got it.
That's what we're seeing with these aliens. Those are humans that went down the road that we're going down right now.
And they were like, dude, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, and then maybe there was like all the disasters that happened, like the Younger Dryas impact, the asteroids hit, and all that stuff, and level society, but they escaped because they're interdimensional travelers.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. It's like leaving a house. You're just like, I don't care about this house
Yeah, somewhere else. They don't need food anymore. They probably work on nuclear energy or something. It's probably some crazy power
or like
source.
antimatter.
Yeah,
That's like a thing that we would never even think of.
Yeah, they don't need to breed.
The thing that the Jimmy Carter brief, did you know about this when where they briefed him and it like broke him emotionally, where he was like so upset where they were like, hey, by the way, they've been here forever. Like he was like a deeply religious man.
Well, Tucker Carlson's talked about this recently.
Really?
Yeah, Tucker Carlson said that he believes that they've always been here and believes that it's probably, you know, he was talking about like good aliens.
Yeah.
We know that good exists and we know that evil exists.
Sure.
So these are real forces in the world.
Yeah.
So what people are saying is that he's experiencing something powerful, like benevolent. This is the stories of demons. This is the stories of the Bible. That there's races that are evil. There's alien races that don't give a fuck. Just like there's praying mantises.
Yeah.
They eat hummingbirds.
Like in nature.
Just because they're super smart.
There are creatures that are aggressive, that are smart, like a hyena, and then there's like animals that are aggressive and just powerful, like lions. Like
And think about us, the smartest animal on the planet that we know of, and what we can do chickens.
fuck.
I got the terminal.
No. I go, no, you don't fuck. Oh, God damn. This is what my whole world unravels. I go, Joe, I fuck chickens, dude. I don't know. I didn't think you were going to get me like that. But yeah, there could be the idea of benevolent aliens, of like, the idea that there are aliens that are good and aliens that are bad scares me so much more, because you're just like, please leave me alone. And like, good ones, bail me out of it. I mean,
but imagine like if something became super intelligent, but in a more balanced environment. Like instead of the way humans are so much more intelligent and everything else. What if there was other shit around that was pretty close to us?
So you're saying like, what if the food chain, the gap wasn't as big between 1 and 2?
Right. Would we ever?
That would be a lot nicer for each other.
Right, but would we ever get to this point? That's the thing.
I think if it did, it would be a slower roll.
Way slower.
But I also believe that community and empathy would be higher if we had
Less of
more of a threat. If there was like I tried this as a bit, but it never worked. If dolphins had legs. Like if they just came out, because they rape, and like if dolphins came out and just on land, and you'd be like, because they're all muscle, so they would just fuck our shit up.
Oh, they can.
Yeah, a dolphin that could breathe, and then we're absolutely fucked.
Imagine
but I bet you'd be
so
Orbital inbound.
And they're like, what were you wearing? And you
No,
go,
they rape your dog. They rape everything.
just everything.
They don't give a fuck.
They rape your car. Yeah, I
They're
got
super intelligent.
Yeah.
And they just fuck everything they find.
I think of my Altima got fucked by a dolphin. I'm gonna be late to work.
Your emus laid out in the fucking garage.
They're just like a tornado of rape. It's just coming through and fucking a town up.
They also commit infanticide.
What's that?
They kill babies.
They got those Chinese
I don't think they call it
anti-natal laws.
infanticide. What do they call it? Infanticide is like large-scale killing of children. But I think what they do is when female dolphins have babies, apparently they won't breed for a long period of time while they're raising that baby.
Sure, they're being good moms.
And what male dolphins would do if they haven't had sex with a female dolphin, I hope not, they'll kill the babies.
To fuck the mom?
Force the mom into breeding.
Reloading!
That's some trailer trash shit.
The strategy that the female dolphin employs is to have sex with as many male dolphins around her as she can, so that no one knows who's the baby.
Yeah, so everyone's like, that might be my kid.
Exactly.
Genius. Wait a minute. That's like
Reports of infanticide and cetaceans have been quadrupled in the past decade, and now infanticide has now been documented in 6 species of toothed whale, including multiple populations of common bottlenose dolphins. Yeah.
So if you're a grown dolphin, you made it through a lot.
You made it through a lot.
You made it through a lot of dolphins wanting to fuck your mom while you were a kid.
If you can't make a house, the world is rough.
Do you know how different I would have been? I was raised by a single mom who dated. If all those guys had to kill me to fuck my mom, do you know how dangerous I would be right now? I'd just be I'd be absolutely dead. I wouldn't have made it. I was a little sweetie pie. I was in a Kevin McAllister. I'm not setting Home Alone traps. I would have gotten rolled. Dennis, I'll tell you the guy's name. He was the first guy my mom dated after my dad. Dennis would have killed me. Yeah, because he would have been like, wait, you're not going to fucking just kids around? Just coming up behind me with piano wire.
I think for dolphins it's like 6 years too.
That times out exactly how old I was. I was maybe 5 when my mom started dating. That's so funny to think about them. I have to be like, my mom's like, I'm going on a date. It's the whole day. I'm just like,
Going supply beacon.
come get me something. Pet them. Yeah, just tricks. I went to the Atlanta aquarium. They have a great aquarium. I went out there and I went for dolphin exhibit. And I thought it was funny because these dolphin trainers are also scientists. But then they have to dance. It's like the weirdest thing. They're like, they know all this stuff about dolphins, but then they're like, hey, do a little routine and feed them a fish. And you're like, how disrespected are you as a scientist that they're like, and fucking twirl around a little bit. You know, and making these incredibly intelligent, wild beasts of the sea do these dance. I'm surprised they don't snap all the time.
Yeah.
Do they kill a lot of trainers? Yeah, that's when they
There was
bring them
one
down.
they kept using them because they're so valuable. The male killer whale. So he killed someone and they kept him around.
Who's the guy that's next up on that? Who's the guy that they're like,
I think they sold him to another place.
that's what he did? Because no one working there will be like,
Whatever happened with that one? There was one in SeaWorld. So the four fatal attacks by orcas in captivity. Tilikum was involved in 3.
and he's
So he killed 3 people.
he's the one from Blackfish, right?
Yeah, he killed 3 people.
Damn, he's got 3 bodies on him.
Why wasn't Tilikum put down? Brancho's family and animal rights activists say they do not want to see Tilikum killed. How do you say that name? Brancho? Brancho's sister, Diane Gross, told the Associated Press that the trainer loved the animals like they were her children and would not want anything done to that whale, even though it killed her.
Yeah. Get over it, lady. That thing's murdering people.
Yeah, it killed your kid.
If you're the family members of one of those people,
That whale killed? Like, first of
Calling
all,
down objective
you should
equipment.
really let it go. Because you're holding it in captivity against its will, and it's a super intelligent, like, behemoth of the sea.
damn, they went down with
So
emphysema.
where'd they take it? They moved it somewhere after it killed 3 people?
I got the
Just
terminal.
moved in.
Imagine working at that fucking place.
And you go, who do we
This
get?
is the killer whale that's killed 3 people?
We got Tilly.
Engaging terminal.
Damn.
He sired 21 calves
I got the terminal.
throughout his life. So that's what they want him for.
It's come. You just want his hot orca whale juice.
You're not allowed to
Yeah, wasn't it that show Whale Hunters all about that? It's like, oh, dude, it was wild. It was on Discovery, I think. And it was just these guys going out there and they were trying to stop people from whale hunting. So they'd smash into their boats and shit.
Isn't it crazy that they're saying you're not allowed to
Get some.
Everybody would agree that.
Sure.
But you're allowed to keep them and make them breed and make you more of them. Just like saying, like, no more slavery, except for the slaves you have,
And you can have kids with them,
Yeah.
and those count.
but no new slaves.
No new one. You can't
That's
go
almost like
buy.
saying,
You can't go buy a new one, but you can keep the one you have right now and force it to breed.
like, if they are as intelligent as us,
Yeah.
Rear
they just
sample
can't manipulate
collected.
their environment. It's very similar.
There's
It's not a human being, obviously, so we don't respect it and treat it the same way as we treat ourselves. But
Sure.
imagine if it was a human being in the same role. That would be insane. If there was a human being that had to live in a swimming
Engaging
pool
terminal.
and do tricks and if it's as smart as a human being,
Yeah. You go insane.
they don't know how smart they are. They really don't know.
So you think they just feel crazy the whole time? They're just
100%,
like
just out of their fucking mind.
nuts.
Out of their fucking
How come I
mind.
have to dance to eat?
And you're trapped in a swimming pool. You're like,
Yeah.
where's the ocean?
But it'd just be like us in a room, like a pretty big room that you could run around
Sending
in.
in an
Some of them
eagle.
are born in captivity.
That is crazy. Like, get out of here. He's like, can I go to the medical pool?
Wow. The trainers had to keep him in the other pool for protection, so it's probably isolated, just like a person who becomes a serial killer.
Yeah.
Abused, isolated.
Yeah, no wonder he's killing people. Because he's trying to, he's flailing to get out.
He doesn't want to live like that.
So that's why he grabs a lady that's like, I think we can get him up here. But that energy of them getting like killed right before you go like, she goes, I think we can get him. Yeah. Guys, if you clap, I think he'll come up. And you just feel that like, that pull, that like animal strength of an orca whale. That has to be the most terrifying way to die because you are drowning, which is horrible. But number two, you're being forced down by a thing that's the size of a boat. Or not that big, but like it's the size of a Mack truck, and it's fucking holding you down at the bottom of a pool. And you're just like,
And you're just trapped in its teeth.
yeah, and it's,
So it obviously doesn't give a fuck about you.
but it's holding you in a way that you're like, I don't. This is it.
Rescue attempts were thwarted by the whales, who refused to let Byrne go even after she was believed to have fallen unconscious in the water. Her corpse was later retrieved with a large net, after which she was determined to be deceased. Her death was ruled an accident. It's murder.
That was murder. They were high-fiving after.
They were stopping the rescue attempts. Yeah.
They gapped each other
They
up.
wanted her dead.
After they were like, we got her.
They wanted her dead.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. They're so smart.
Well, also, was she the head trainer? The lady that got killed?
Oh, heck.
Which, by the way,
And Tillicum killed him?
by the way,
Well, that's on him.
You sneak into, that is the Ace Ventura moment where he's like, here, Snowflake. Here, Snowflake.
See, now all of a sudden I'm on Tillicum's side.
That guy, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's him. But I'm on Tillicum's side. Like, what are you doing? Why are we still allowing that? That's so crazy that after, if anybody's watched that movie, the Orca movie, what is it called? Blackfin?
Oh, Blackfish?
Blackfish.
I thought you were going to say Free
Blackfish.
Willy. I was
Yes.
going to go, I know, in the soundtrack.
Blackfish, or have watched any of the documentaries, any of the YouTube videos that you can see about orcas in captivity. It's crazy.
Reloading!
It's torture.
Yeah, you're taking a thing that
It
you're
didn't
just like,
do anything. It's a prisoner. It's a prisoner for life.
it's also giant and
Yeah.
needs space.
Yeah.
It
It's
needs.
insane.
I can't imagine feeling guilt-free owning that place.
It's literally like you being stuck in this room for the rest of your life.
And then I come out and I do a sick routine. And then I come back in and you give me like cheeseburgers. And I come back in here and I go like, that new Batman bit's really hitting.
Yeah, like, imagine-
Boom, stuff my face and then finally I've just had enough of it. After years,
Yeah.
years of daily, of just that.
Yeah.
And by the way, absolute abuse. Because I'm sure orcas, they're smart enough that they don't always listen to commands. Like anything with intelligence, it's not 100% going to listen to commands.
Right.
'Cause it's got to think, and sometimes it doubts, and sometimes like, and they probably were like abusing it. The fact that they killed her and that the other whales did look out like a fucking prison hit, would I would be like, yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn, but if I was her family, there's- yeah.
She bit the legs and hips of Annette Eckes, a SeaWorld employee who was told to ride her as part of a film publicity event. Shamu refused to release the woman until other workers came to the rescue and pried the orca's jaws apart with a pole. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, she's only conditioned to perform with trainers wearing wetsuits. So the problem is this girl got on with wearing a bikini.
This, by the way, it was 71, so they were absolutely doing that like, why don't you give him a sexy ride? A sexy ride on Shamu. Shamu loves sexy ladies. And then Shamu was like, I am a devout Muslim. He's like, kid, either get a burqa on. That's, I mean, dude.
Didn't like skin.
Yeah.
Get your dirty vagina off of me.
Yeah, you fucking weird
Ew.
rock monkeys
Ew.
touching me with your fucking
Ew, your
land skin.
feet. You got your feet on me.
Your dry skin.
She was only trained to do it with people wearing wetsuits.
Yeah.
So she had previously attacked people in bikinis before.
And if you're one of those guys that like is running that cart and you're all sexed up on cocaine, on good 70s cocaine, and you're like, yeah, baby, you can run Shimu. And they're like, hey, dude, I don't think you should put her on there. He goes, no, it's a sexy ride. She loves sexy rides. It's like,
Pulls up in his Trans Am.
Oh my god.
he's like, yeah, you can ride the whales. Because back in the 70s, they didn't give a fuck about animals. They didn't give a fuck. 70s and 80s, dude, one of our
Fur coats, bro.
dude, Milo and Otis. There was a movie called Milo and Otis in the 80s and 90s.
What is it?
It's a movie about a puppy and a dog that love each other, right? My favorite episode of Legion of Skanks ever is, I wasn't even on it. Louis J. Gomez talks about it. Reporting to the front. So much, he's drunk on the podcast. It's like, if you watched it in your childhood, it sticks with you. It's a movie about a dog and a cat that it's from '86, and it's like, yeah, it's about a pug and this cat and their friends, and they just go on a wild adventure through wherever they're going through, right? Okay. And you're like, as part of my childhood, it's live action. I remember this being like, dude, this is such a sweet movie. You look up the animal abuse that occurred on this movie, and I can't even watch this because it upsets me knowing I think you can look it up. There was a scene involving a cat where they killed like 12 of them to get this scene done, because I think it was filmed in a country with like no animal rights, like no at all, and they were just like, that scene. That was the scene with the cats and the thing. I think they lost like a bunch of cats. Oh my. There was a scene where they had to make him walk with a limp and they were just breaking his leg. That's what I mean. You read about it and you're like,
Oh my god.
Once they did that episode on Skanks, and then I read about it because I like was listening to the episode playing video games, and I was like, I gotta look this up. It fucked me up. I like can't. Oh my. It's the animal welfare allegations. Yeah. Okay, yeah. They probably aren't going into the details. You can find the details online, but they were like, because you see it and you're like, oh, look at that, an animal and a cat, friends.
Isn't that like if you ran like a billionaire pedophile?
Reloading!
Sure. All right, I'm with you. Oh, the Nickelodeon thing. Where that guy got busted. That guy, Jay and I talked about on the bonfire before I left, but this guy at Nickelodeon he was like on, remember the show Head of the Class? I don't remember. Yeah, this guy his name's Dan something, and he was a higher up at Nickelodeon, and it found out that he was just like wildly abusing feet pictures. Dude, his pool at his house, this guy, Dan Schneider, his pool at his house is a foot. And he was accused of having like a crazy foot fetish. If you have a crazy foot fetish, don't make your pool a foot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, investigate. It was a series. That's what it is. I learned all my shit from bad
The
documentaries.
problem is, if you get busted for something like that, and you look like that, everyone's gonna do it.
Yeah, but you got pedophile face like a motherfucker.
Yeah, some deviant shit.
You know who else had that? Was the guy that did all the boy bands in Orlando, Lou. What was his name? Lou Pearlman. Lou Pearlman, you're just like, yeah, you abused kids. Like, you see a picture of him?
Bro, the best one's Jimmy Savile.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, look at that. Look at him. Just a bunch of hot boys screaming like they're all having a good time. He's like, yeah! Oh my god, he looks like a Philip Seymour Hoffman wore a fat suit and played an evil guy.
He was on worse heroin.
Yeah, he was on mean heroin. Look at him. Oh my god. But Jimmy Savile was like,
The creepiest looking creep of all time.
by the way, he did shit that was like, in the documentary, I don't even know what they're talking about. He was like, fucking kids that were dying, like, on the step of death, maybe even past. Oh my god, that is an evil man. And also, who wears a mesh shirt like that when you're all old and you got turkey skin? Yeah. Yeah. And these kids are like, dude, I'm dying. I got fucking leukemia and I gotta fuck this weird looking dude.
Imagine that other people.
Yeah. That's the worst part.
There's no way no one knew.
Reloading!
No, it's like the Sandusky thing in Penn State, where there were like people that were like kind of found out about it, and then were scared that if they said anything, they'd lose their job. And then you're like, well, yeah, that's where the power comes in. It's not necessarily a clean-cut thing, morality-wise. I mean, obviously it is. I think you say it's, if you see something, you say. But like those people, kind of who are next to that kind of power, well, they have that thing in them that they want to be close to that power. They have that like thirst to be close to that power, so they're not going to say anything. Because if they say anything, they're kicked out of the party, and they don't want to get, you know. When in reality, guys like him should be hunted for sport. Reloading! By people, and then you put that on tape. Yeah. And I watch that. And you get really rich. Hunting bad people. Yeah. And you go like,
This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown.
Reloading!
Never interacted with the entire show.
it's coming.
And it's Jimmy Savile, it's Leathers,
Oh yes, baby. And it's him and his dad, so it's like a bonding experience. Or you get the guy Larry Nasser from Michigan State. I just watched that video of the dad trying to attack him. Well, that'll fire you up when you see a dad be like, "Can I get a minute with him?" The judge is like, "You know, I can't do that." He does that like move, and then he gets like this guy. And it's completely understandable. Larry Nasser's a piece of shit.
What happened to that guy? Did he get in trouble?
Yeah, this is it. By the way, shout out his daughters for being proud the entire time of him. They don't ever break. They watch it and they're like, "Thanks, Dad." He just wanted to get his hands on Larry Nasser. Dude, that's wild.
That one's wild. That guy got some air.
Yeah, dude, that guy got a
dude
full
can fucking jump, man.
That was a full Goldberg spear in the air.
That was not instantaneous. He was preparing for that.
Did
you know, there's
did
no
he back
way.
pivot? Did he go like? Do you think he did like a
No, he
test?
just went for it, man. It was so fast.
There's a moment where you wonder if he goes like this.
It was so fast. Watch how fast he moves.
Here he is. Yeah! Gets her too. You know what? Whatever
He
prison,
jumped over the whole deck.
whatever prison he gets put in,
Yeah.
you're hoping there's a longest yard situation where you can use this guy on the field.
That guy's gonna be a hero.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna go in and be like, "Damn, you got her too," because he got him. It was an arm tackle. He got her.
Did you see what they did to him though? The next time they brought him in,
Yeah, they like muzzled him and kept him like Hannibal Lecter.
like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Show how they brought him in the second time. Look at how they brought him in.
Which you should have entrance music like a fighter.
Look at this guy.
Look at that. They gave him a net. They put
He's chained. His hands are in bags. He can't use his fingers. He's handcuffed and shackled.
and they got 7 guys around him.
Yeah. Wild.
Dude.
man. Look at his eyes. Fuck.
But you know what? You hear that thing.
Imagine being him right now.
But you hear that thing where the judge goes like, because from what I read, he was prepared to get like paroled. I think, like that's where he was in his head. And the judge is like, no, you're staying for like 5 more years. And he's like, fuck that shit. Like that is such an instantaneous like,
Yeah.
fuck this. What?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what he did. I don't know what what
Yeah.
the situation was.
But in that moment of being told like, nah,
Helldivers
you're.
across the galaxy are fighting for every inch of territory. Where will you join them? Greetings, Helldiver. The Galactic War awaits.
She then did the Kembe Mutombo, and she's like, no.
What was he being tried for? Like, what was he there for?
Battery.
No way, not that guy.
No. I mean, this is
That guy doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. Dude, but by the way, that is a fucking hell of a defense.
battery on a protected. Oh, that's.
Oh, that's what he
That's
got for
what
her?
for the judge.
For jumping at the...
Bro, they hit him with the book.
Yeah.
Like, they hit him with so many charges, and it's a viral video. They have to put a stop to that.
Yeah, it's like streakers.
Right.
Like, they don't show them on TV.
Right.
And then when they do catch them, they're like, we gotta hit you with something. We gotta hit you something big. I was at the Super Bowl, and they ran the streakers that got there.
Did you see the one guy bet on himself?
Yeah. And that's immediately what I said to Chet when we were at the game. I was like, dude, those guys put a bet down that they would do this, and they're gonna make a lot of money off this.
That's pretty wild.
because why not? You'd be like, I bet there'll be a streaker in the third quarter, and then you're like, I can affect that.
That's pretty wild.
My favorite's that all these betting sites now allow wrestling. As a lifelong wrestling fan, I'm like, come on, guys.
That's hilarious.
This is crazy. Like, you're watching Monday Night Raw, and they're like, Monday Night Raw, DraftKings.
Helldivers across the
fake.
galaxy are fighting for every
predetermined.
territory.
How is that legal? Do
Where
you
will you
guys
join
trying to ruin gambling forever?
Dude, also, what's next? You're gonna bet on Fast and Furious movies? You're gonna be like, I bet Finn hits Nas in the first fucking hour of the movie. You're like, this is fucking wild. You're gonna bet on plays, on like Broadway plays, where you're like, you know, Funny Girl, I bet she has a problem at the end of Act 1. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
And I love wrestling, but I would never be like, oh, finally. My favorite thing was coming up with gambling for my friends when we would watch the Royal Rumble. Like, you put money in a pot and then you get numbers and then that's your guy. But not like going on a app.
Yeah.
Putting down like $1,000. Fuck that.
But I think guys get super addicted to that too.
It's gambling.
Yeah. It's 100% gambling.
You ask like people that went to Gamblers Anonymous, like people that have been through the program through that, and they'll be like, fuck heroin. And, well, they say it does the most damage. It does the most damage out of all the addictions. Heroin is a set price. There's no set price with gambling. And by the way, the more you go up, the higher the high and lower the low.
Yeah.
So you're doing big bets. You're gonna, if you get fucked, you're fucked. Sure, if you win, it's amazing. But then all you do is you just want to go do it again. People don't walk away. It's like dealing drugs. People never walk away from that shit. They never win. The house always wins. They're gonna take your money. Always. They're not. They have the smartest. Dude, I had a buddy
against the
when I
enemy's
first moved out east. I lived with my buddy Morgan in New Jersey. He loved the taste. And this was like when we had to go to a bookie and shit. So he was like doing some real gambling. He would get so fucking into it.
Every sector
Then
in
he
the
was right.
galaxy
He would
must be
yell this
purged
thing
of
all
the
the time
alien menace.
when he would bet on the points, and the points would hit to fuck him. He'd be
Allied
like, "They're from the
destroyer
future.
coordinates
They're from the
received."
fucking future." He would like scream it if he lost like $1,000 bet on the Knicks, and you're like, yeah, they have the smartest guys working.
Allied destroyer
Like they know
has
how
joined
like to
squadron.
set the line. Like all those guys are fucking crazy smart.
They're crazy smart and they use analytics.
Exactly. You're going against Wall Street. You're going against guys that probably could be making millions on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Allied
And you're just like,
destroyer has
yeah, I
joined
think the
squadron.
Chiefs are gonna win. Dude, the worst was
Engaging orbital
that gambling
thrusters.
has got. It was in Vegas, so you know, obviously there's more gambling. But the Super Bowl, if your
Orbit
team's in the Super Bowl, you
synchronized.
fucking care. But I've been to 2 Super Bowls, and what I've learned is there's a lot of people there that don't give a shit. They just want to go to a Super Bowl. They're just at a Super Bowl. They don't care who the teams are.
You're doing democracy.
As someone who does care who the team is, it's a different
Helldivers to Hellpods.
viewing
Repeat.
experience.
Helldivers
So
to
the fourth
Hellpods.
quarter of the Niners-Chiefs game, I'm a diehard Niners fan. I am like sweating. I'm like Jay and I are like punching each other in weird ways. Like we're just like this the whole time. We're like holding hands. It was fucking nuts. These fucking guys in front of us were just these like business CEOs from North Carolina. And as they got drunk, they noticed Che, because you know he's on SNL, so they like know a famous guy. So they kind of were doing that thing where they wanted to talk to us, but we were like, dude, it's a fucking Super Bowl. Like we're watching the Super Bowl. This is big for us. We're 49ers fans. Can we watch this? And by the fourth quarter, the guy goes, yeah, I've got a parlay if Brandon Ayuk can get 2 more catches. And I just put my hand in front of his face and I went, what do you, no, I don't want to talk to you right now. Like he was turned around talking to me and you're like, stop. Because he thinks I care about his bets. You're like, dude, I love this team. We are almost at the mountaintop.
Hellpod launch initiated.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
About
It's like having a party over your house.
Yeah.
And it's just the wrong person shows up. Just camps out in front of you, starts talking to you.
and you're like, do you not understand?
No.
And I give too much of a shit about the 49ers because it's the only thing my dad and I share. So I give like that extra, like this is connected.
Like Boston with the Red Sox.
It's like, it is. It's
National identity.
It's a disease more than it is an enjoyment. It's like a thing like, I see that logo and I'm like, let's fucking go at it. Like I just fucking care so much. And
That's hilarious.
they played, last season they played the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. And all my friends are from Philly. Like a lot of my comedy friends are Eagles fans. Big J, Vecchione, fucking Shane, Tommy. Like, there's so many guys I know that love the Eagles, but specifically Big J. And Big J's like, dude, I'm having a party. Come over and watch it. And I was like, no, I care way too much. I care way too much. And it was just him, Eagles fans, and then friends that didn't give a shit. And that's what I said. I was like, I know there's going to be one person that talks to me that I'm like, please don't talk to me right now. But also, I'm the enemy over there. So then I watched it at home. Worst decision I've ever had in my life. Because I watched it alone, and I just went like crazy like an orca whale. I was just like screaming at the TV by myself.
I do that if I watch fights.
Yeah?
Yeah, if I watch a good UFC at home, I'm screaming.
Yeah. Because you
Especially when I shut the door.
Oh my God! It's pure enjoyment. It's
Fuck
like
yeah.
it's the sports viewing equivalent of walking around your hotel naked.
Yeah.
You're like, no one can come in here. This
Yo,
is my
what up,
room, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want right now.
What are you doing?
And if you're,
Playing the games,
live and you're screaming, it
Right.
seems normal.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But you
smoke a
want one other
cigarette here
person
and chill out
there.
with
You
it.
want a person. All I had was my dog, and she didn't understand
Why you were yelling?
why. I was
So,
fucking
Warren, did
fucked
you
up.
get that
And when
other
Brock Purdy's
test
elbow
done?
got injured, she
The
just
other
saw me
test.
spiraling away. You know what dogs can tell you're
Down
anxious or
syndrome
whatever?
test.
She's just like
Oh, not
slamming her
yet.
body into my leg and shaking, and I'm like, no, it's all right, it's all right. We're fucking
So are you
still in
sticking
this
with her?
thing."
My dog is so sweet that he
Yeah.
freaks out when there's violence in movies.
Oh, really?
We're watching movies together.
Right
We're
on,
watching
dude.
this new Netflix show. What is this new
He'll be a
Netflix show?
knockoff
It's
here
a
soon.
Korean series about people that get infected.
I'll
Well,
go
yeah,
eat.
when we move
I
back.
think it's called Sweet Home or something like
Well,
that.
when you move back, you're gonna have a fucking kid for you.
It's fun
Well,
show.
still be
Did your
fun.
girl know you're moving back?
There's some
Yeah.
violent moments where the monsters
I told her
get
she's
people.
either moving
And
with
the
me or-
dog is like, what the fuck is going on?
Nah.
Okay.
He gets up and he starts spinning around. That's called Sweet Home.
Dude, that is
Fun show, man.
dogs having
seems okay
anxiety
with
about
moving.
stuff they don't understand.
He got
Right.
a toy. He's like bringing the toy to me. I'm like, dude, it's not real, man. It's not real.
Dude, my dog, whenever
That's cool.
whenever a dog comes on the screen,
What are you about to play?
because she's
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck? Like someone's in her house.
Ah,
Like, we'll just be
ah,
chilling there, and then she'll try to like.
Honestly,
shake
dude, I don't know if you saw that thing, but
trying to impress him.
I sent you. There's a lot of hackers on Call of Duty now, bro.
Fuck up. But this one, she's like ran to the TV. We're like, you're not big.
So I'm not trying to play Call of Duty. I'm not trying to play Apex because that's the hardest.
Also, she only barks at
Apex
cute
is the
dogs.
hardest
If it's
battle
like
in
a
it.
hound or
Here.
something, she's like,
Is it? Like, that's,
Yeah, like it was ranked. Like it was ranked. Like to be good at Apex, you need to know everything about Apex.
yeah, it is kind of hard. And it's changed even. Like some of the power ups aren't the same on some of the characters.
Is he cool with it now?
Yeah, so I don't even like unless I'm playing with you and Will, I don't even play the game really, honestly.
Carl saw it and was like,
But Will's been playing Daisy with Breezy and shit.
dude, that is
Is
great
he
being
on
a
right
dog
now?
that you don't know if it barks.
Nah, he's not.
Marshall never barks.
Dude,
He's on
He'll
Breeze
bark
Dog
if he
tip.
wants to come inside.
Uh,
if someone leaves him outside.
He's on Breeze Dog tip, yeah.
Door, he'll bark.
Not like that though.
no,
But
we,
Like, Mom,
yeah, no, we,
Dad, someone's
he,
here.
Breezy's playing Legends right
we
now.
wrote it. We were like, because we got her during the pandemic, so everyone was inside. And
But I'm thinking when you come back, dude, I'll have.
And then, hilariously, Katie and I left.
I'll
the dog
probably
with my
have a
parents in
computer
Boston.
by that time.
And we came back,
And when you come back, if you want to, what are you getting? Like, do you know what kind of house you want when you come back?
No, not yet. I'll probably look around a little bit when I come back in March and May.
And now she'll just like, she'll pop off.
You said you're gonna look when you come back in March?
Yeah, look around.
Because we live in a big
Oh.
building.
She was hot.
We'll be out in the hallway. And she'll be,
Where do you want to move to, Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, it'll be Mount Pleasant or really close to it.
God damn, dude. I'm so
Okay.
jealous you can go everywhere with Carl.
Well, like I said, I'll have a computer by then. I'll have my car by then.
Oh yeah, we'll be able to really game.
Especially if you time
Yeah, but
Oh, Jamie,
not
you get
only
to
that,
get
we'll
so
be able,
evil
like,
with
I'll,
him.
Some shit.
Just have like a dog.
yeah, and like
Bring your
do that
PC over.
podcasting thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. I
yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
Having a dog was the greatest thing about the pandemic. Was we
I
got
might
a
get
dog.
like a
Now
separate
I'm thinking
PC for that.
I'm thinking I'm gonna get a MacBook,
It
dude,
just absolutely
first
rules.
before
I
I
had one
start.
growing up, and then I just did
What do
it
you mean? What should I
forever.
get
I was
then?
always like, nah, I
Max.
loved seeing
Get a
dogs.
gaming
but then having
laptop.
one, you're like,
Like an
You know what's
HP
really
one.
funny? I always try to attribute human thought to the dog sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Okay.
one of these days he's gonna get bored.
Max
chasing
or
his ball.
ass.
Nope.
There's not a chance.
Okay,
in hell.
okay.
Every time I have one of those.
Well, when the time
it's like
comes,
a
I'll probably have you
stick
around.
with a scoop on the end of it with
Help me
all
pick
those
one
things
out.
whip
That
it.
shit.
Yeah, you highlight the shit out
Yeah,
of
you
it.
got a fucking
It's
dog
nice.
highlight.
It's nice.
Yup,
Yeah,
yup,
you
yup.
can get that thing going.
He fucking loves it.
But if
He sees me
you're
pull
not
that thing, he's like,
around,
"Oh,
dude, I'm telling you, I'm probably a Mac
videotaped
just
it because
because
he's
of
so
the
sick. He's
editing
like bouncing
software
around. Oh,
and
Jesus.
everything
Dude,
else
it's
I
so
can do
fucking
on it
If someone
other than
controlled my
gaming.
PlayStation
Yeah.
intake and then just pulled out a
But you can do
controller,
that
I'd
on
be
a
like,
gaming PC too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket League,
You're right.
I get so
I
fucking
guess
pumped.
It would
that's what
probably
it
be
is.
cheaper to
You
get a
never
gaming
don't get
PC
pumped to
too.
play a really good
Yeah, it'd be
game.
a
Nah,
little
dude,
cheaper.
Spider-Man
Right.
2, I'm
Unless you
so
wanna get a real
excited that
good
they're
one,
coming out
it'll
with
be about the same.
DLCs coming, and I'm gonna go home and be like, that's me. I'm like Marshall with the.
But
Hey,
what I'm
if you
thinking,
fuck
like,
around with
if
VR
I
at
was
No, I
to,
don't like that shit. Let me explain why.
I
Old
don't know,
school
maybe I'll
pothead,
get two.
love to be
Maybe
very
I'll get a
high.
Mac and a gaming
controllers.
PC.
Right.
What I got was a Steam Deck, which
Because
is
I
like,
really want a MacBook
you know,
for
the Nintendo
Photoshop,
Switch?
like the
It's like that on
simplicity of
steroids.
Photoshop,
Ooh,
Adobe
man,
Creative,
it's
Adobe
games,
Illustrator.
like really good games. for the
There's
road,
my
it has
like
made
there's
it.
these when I want
So
to do
I
my
fuck with
clothing
everything from
in the
Game Boy
future.
on, and
There's
having a
this.
Steam Deck, I'm like,
You know
I
what
gotta put
mock-up
this in.
vectors are, right?
I had
Yeah.
to draw the line with
Okay, so they're like models and like
God, we set up a LAN.
Yeah, you get that.
you can make your clothing in this software and you design everything you need to design and then you send it to the manufacturer.
Yeah, turn
So
it
that
down.
program is
Yeah, turn the.
But always feel like shit.
like the simplicity of a Mac. And then if I wanted
You
to
gotta
stream
it in
and
like,
do
small
IRL
servings,
podcasts,
or like there has to be a purpose to it.
I
where
could
you're
come
like,
to your
"It's
place
done
and bring my
at
Mac
this
and set
moment."
everything
'Cause
up,
if
you
can
know?
Go, that's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
that's where you get
That's
sick.
exactly.
It's as if you can just keep
Yeah.
going until.
Launch
And then have the gaming PC for the
That's why I like
gaming
Mac,
stuff. You know what I mean?
Like, dude, yeah.
And you can even hook up a controller to it if you need to. And all that.
Yeah. Because like I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably get a Mac first, just because when I start making money from work and shit,
I absolutely love
that
video
I
games.
want to try to maximize my profits and start doing my clothing and stuff, you know.
Where can I get a cheap Xbox 360? I need to
And,
plug that in. But yeah, I mean, Shane and I on my
So yeah, I'll
podcast,
probably
we
get a
were
Mac,
talking about
and then I
NCAA
can do.
coming out, and we're, I think, gonna plan a vacation around playing.
You have a MacBook or a Mac
that hasn't been out since
desktop?
2014.
A MacBook.
How does
I
the
used to have a
new
Mac desktop that I gave
Oh.
away.
What is it called?
Oh, okay.
Vision Pro work? Does it work with, I know it works with movies, but does it have to be everything from like the App Store, or could you play like PlayStation on it?
But yeah, shit, I was even thinking I could do Streamlabs now, but I don't remember you now back in the day.
You could
Yeah.
do that. Then
Did you ever do that?
No, I don't think
that's
so,
the
but
way
I
to
know
get
what
a
it is.
screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
you
I
see
did
the
that
screen
back in the
that's,
day
like, fucking 30 feet wide,
like
and you're on the field.
when I was like 15 or 14 or something like that.
Making money off it.
You're ready.
I wasn't making money, but I had viewers, man. Like what I mean by viewers is like each one of the clips that people clipped in me had a couple thousand views. Like I remember one of my, like I had, you know, it tells you how many viewers you have on you now. And I think before I got off, I had 14,000 viewers, bro.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Gee.
Yeah, but guess what? I just never capitalized on it. Like if I kept doing it and like moved my and like was and before the platform ended, it was like, yeah, I'm moving over to here. You can follow me here. I probably could have made something of myself through that, but I was so young and just having fun, you know. I didn't think nothing of it, you know. I was just like, oh yeah, people are watching, and so what, you know. Yeah, this was before I knew you and stuff.
And in moments like this, like Red Dead, there's only like
Yeah, I would even post my shit on like my Facebook and Instagram, like come check me out or whatever, on Twitter. I would even put that on Twitter and shit. I didn't care. And yeah, bro, I had a lot of views.
Street popping up.
I had a few shorties pop up, but I remember, you know how you can like duet, like you can have another person on the other screen and shit on most apps and shit and streaming shits.
Yeah. And
Well, like I did.
too.
Yeah, I did that a few times, and like I would talk to people that would watch me, and they would be like, "Yo, I love what you're doing, yada yada."
when we moved in.
Like they were cool, man.
Plays Call of Duty.
Yeah, I hope it's all deleted now, because I was like, you know me being young, I had no filters whatsoever, bro.
back in the Quake playing days.
Even worse
guys
than
didn't something
no, like it was
like
terrible
monitors
at that
were
age,
more
bro.
than
It was
21 inches.
terrible.
They wanted it right in front of them, so that, because you know you're moving your mouse, right, and the mouse
Damn, I
speed.
didn't know Quake was a keyboard.
Yeah,
Dude, you
mouse
search up
speed.
my
That's
name.
like some
Oh my
real
god,
shit.
I look
Real
so
shit. That's the
bad.
real
That's
shit.
the real shit. That's the scary
You can
shit.
find
That's
your old
like,
videos
you
and
get
shit?
really good at the movement with the key.
No, not my.
And you get
None of my old
really
videos are
good
talking
you
about.
jump and every time you hit the space
Yeah.
bar, you're jumping.
Yeah, that's like Counter-Strike. People used to be into Counter-Strike,
But
which is
Quake
like
is really fast.
Yeah.
The thing about Quake is it's not like it's superhuman speeds. You're
What
moving at
is
superhuman
this?
speeds with rocket launchers, and you can instantaneously change weapons.
Yeah, no,
You rocket someone in the air and you electrocute them to death. It's insanity.
You've
If
got-
you could do that.
No, there's none of the old
on the
videos
screen,
because once the
I don't know,
app
but I'll
got
tell you
deleted,
what,
I think
I'm
everything
looking up
got
Quake 4 on
deleted.
my Steam Deck.
Oh, is it?
My
It's not
hotel.
an app
it's
anymore.
a keyboard mouse. Like you really want a
I
keyboard.
thought it was maybe a thing.
You don't want to fuck with it.
Man, my
You need
acne was
really
so
precise
bad when I got arrested.
What are you looking at then?
I'm looking at my mugshot, dude.
That does.
It looks so bad.
I would imagine if you're controlling a 21-inch space,
Yeah.
and you are very accustomed to moving your cursor around a 21-inch space with your mouse.
You know what someone said I look
Very
like?
precise. If you stretch that bitch out to
Who?
40 inches or 45 or 50,
Smeagol.
now
Oh, that's fucking digi.
That does. Oh,
Yeah,
it's all
bro,
right
they
there. You really want
They
it like
cut
21
my
inch
shit,
monitor.
bro.
That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Right there is, and then you got to get glued onto that screen
Yeah.
because you don't want to go back and forth the screen.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck with your timing.
Yeah, you need
Thought they
something
take
that
him
is-
down
Yeah,
after.
you need to- those guys are fucking freaks with their
You
mouse
know.
Is it on Mobile
sensitivity
Patrol?
and the weight of the mouse.
Yeah.
They add weights to the mouse that
Oh,
take
yeah.
weights away. Some of them like lighter mouses. they
No,
make
it's
mouses that are
Mugshots'
hollow,
zone.
Take as much weight out of them as
Yeah,
possible.
So these guys make custom
Everybody's mugshot.
Gaming mice.
I don't know, but I look so bad, bro. I got like a big ass acne on my, like my acne was so bad at this point in my life.
Take everything out, anything that weighs anything. They drill holes in the door handles.
I'm not even looking at the camera. They did me dirty.
Look at that. They're just like skeletons.
There's ones that's $170.
Oh, dude, there's
By the way,
some
it's
of
at-
them are more than that.
It's at Ponage. I love
Some
that
of
it's
them more
called.
than that.
I love that it's called Ponage. You do $495.
See that one in the lower right-hand
Yeah.
side?
Yeah.
It says Eurogamer, Jamie.
Glad I'm out of that
Right-hand
shit.
Middle. Yeah,
Oh,
that
right
one.
there, that lightweight in
one,
the middle row?
That's,
Damn, dude. And so what you're hitting, because I know are you using the wheel on the top?
Hold on, I can
I use
look
the wheel to
at
switch weapons. Sometimes I use the reel. I'll use the reel for railgun. So when I know I want to hit the railgun, I just turn the wheel and turn to the railgun instantly. So I have keys pressed that are all set up exactly for each weapon.
I feel like a cokehead talking to a crackhead.
There's
There
no-
you
Yeah,
go.
that was
Right,
in the-
I
right
do
key.
blow, and you go, I smoke it
Rogan
out of
podcast
glass
right now, and
after
he's
it's a
talking
rock,
about
and I'm like, this
he
is
plays this
nuts.
game.
Yeah, right.
How he has a keybind set up.
Always. Keep it
Oh,
right.
wow. You're watching Joe Rogan say that?
It's fire.
And how long the games last? Like you said, they're fast, but like 5 minutes fast, or like?
Well, there's a timer.
Okay.
So like if you're having a one-on-one death match,
Dude, yeah, there's
you'll set
no
a
way.
timer and it'll count you down, and then it'll say fight, and then you're just running through the corridor, picking up weapons, trying to pick up armor, and then dudes
Who's that,
know where
Cliff?
you're at 'cause they can hear
Yeah, I don't know
you,
who
'cause
that
they can
is.
hear your footsteps. And your
Is that Breezy
you're
or is that
running,
Will?
And so you're running through these corridors.
It's
and
always one-on-one.
Breeze
well,
dope.
you can do multiple death
What up,
matches where you
Breezy?
just
Yo,
have a fucking
warning.
where there's like 30 dudes just killing each other, like respawning. Those are fun.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Breezy?
But the way to do it, like one-on-one deathmatch style, is the
Yeah.
real way to do it.
Yeah.
Do you have a friend? Do you have any friends that if you picked Quake 4 up, you could call them and be like, "We doing
I
this"?
wouldn't do that to them. I wouldn't do that to them.
You would bring that back into their life?
It's too immersive. It's too,
Yeah.
it's too good.
Just chilling up.
You have
Go
responsibilities.
to,
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, dude, I do have responsibilities.
Look at this. This
Oh
is
yeah.
cool. This is
So it's kind of similar to Fortnite,
Look
right?
how fast this motherfucker's moving. So he's shooting the railgun. Now the railgun kills you instantaneously. The railgun.
I wish I could
wherever
send
you point
photos
at,
in
Oh,
the,
they got
hit.
you got that Doom
in the
feel.
text
This is
chat.
like Doom.
Look at this. And you're running like insanely fast. Look
By
how
the way,
fast this moves.
I love it's fun to watch the
Oh
camera
my
on the guy
fuck.
because his face is doing nothing because he's so concentrated.
Yeah, and you can see how he's switching weapons.
Yes.
That's right. Now he's back with the railgun.
So
Got a rocket
irritating
launcher.
sometimes.
He's just flying around. Are they? Do they
Shotgun.
Did you die?
Killed that dude.
Yeah,
Now he's got the rocket.
I
Oh, that
wasn't
was
with
the railgun. This is the
anybody, so
rocket.
when they
That's the
call
railgun.
me in, I'm
So
not
he-
gonna be where
so
I
he's just
was.
walking around. Do they do like pro tournaments of this?
Fuck yeah, they do.
All right.
Really?
I'm gonna
So see how he keeps running.
get
back
off
to these
this and then
spots?
I'll
And then respawn.
catch you
So
boys
every
in a
time
little
he
bit.
snatches, boom, fuck that.
Damn. Okay. All right. This is the closest
They
you've
shoot
seen.
railguns at each other. So a railgun is like an instantaneous death unless you're really armed up.
Did he kill that guy? It's 11 to 3. So whoever Liquid RPH is.
He fucked that dude up, but then
I didn't cut. We bouncing to each other.
Me, I'm chilling.
How good did you get at this?
I got
You got decent, but you would get on and then see some
no, I
guys.
get fucked up.
Because
I
there's
get fucked
games,
up all the time.
when you play online games, you'll go against people and you're like, oh, you're at a different level.
You don't have the time to compete with some autistic dude who's on ADHD medication,
dialed
who doesn't
in.
have a job, who gets a government check, and he's just rocking people online.
It's like that South Park where they play World of Warcraft and their villain is that guy with like wrist brace on.
Those guys get good, and their identity wraps around their whatever their name is, and they're going out fucking people up. There's certain guys you would see on a server. Oh,
Really?
yeah, you have a match with them, you just get killed.
Yeah.
Under the nothing.
Do you get that thing where you're like, stop?
Oh yeah, you get panicky. You're like
No.
running into walls, trying to find armor. Get blown up again.
Do they have videos of them freaking out? Because that's something I like to see is like
That was that sort of
gamers spazzing and being like, what?
Oh, fuck it.
That's
me
great.
fucking killed.
It's almost better than sports fans losing a bunch of TVs.
Well, it's so crazy, and you can do it anytime you want. So you can have a match anytime you want. That's too tempting. Online with real people, anytime you want. You log in, you see a server, you join the server, boom.
Yeah, you're in it.
There's one-on-one death matches where there's people waiting. So you'll look, you'll find a server, you're like, one guy's waiting, Death Slayer 69 waiting.
And just like,
Spawn. Shit.
oh, and you got the keyboards, you
Yeah.
can talk quick
Shit.
shit.
Fucking bitch.
Do we have to we'll play online Rocket League or whatever, which is like car soccer, it's fun. Yeah, I raged a lot at Rocket League. I played this for years. It's soccer with cars, which sounds, dude, it is so addictive. We get online at night, and Katie and her brother Kevin are both really good at it, and I'm like, I get too intense, and I'm like, fuck, and I like miss the ball and go, fuck, and I rage out. But you play guys that you're like, oh, this guy's too good. Like he'll hit it in the air and then just like over you, just score a goal, and you're like, what do you think?
Yeah, there's tricks people can do with Quake.
Yeah,
One
that's
of
what I
them-
mean. Like guys that get so good at it, they were like,
Guys rocket jump.
Extraction zone.
This is rocket jump. So if you are fully armed,
Yeah.
you have 200 armor, you can point your rocket down at the ground and jump at the same time as you pull the trigger and you go fly.
oh, that's genius.
So you can rocket launch, rocket jump up to like a platform, and then hide,
Preparing to depart.
and then just start picking
20
bitches apart.
seconds.
And so everybody that walks in, you got the rail gun, you got your cursor pointed right at the doorway, and every time people run in the doorway, boom!
Out, you respawn.
Dead.
That's how it is when I watch people play. Oh, you just people off. Yeah, dude.
But it's a fucking look. You get mad at snipers in a war. Shut the fuck up. That's part of the war. Cheating.
What are you
Get
mad at a sniper?
Snipers are cheating.
Stop camping. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a sniper.
Was cheating big back when you were playing?
Oh yeah, there's bots. Yeah.
So they would hide. They would like.
people would program. There was different bots, and one of them was an aim bot. So that what the aim bot would do is you could never miss.
Yeah.
So if you just with a regular stupid gun,
Yeah.
like that only does like 10 points of damage every time it hits you, you get a pistol when you. So they would kill you, and every
sucks.
time they kill you, they would be fully armored. They'd have all the weapons, and then they'd know exactly where you were going to be, and
Nice.
then they would kill you again, and they'd kill you again, and kill you
Lots
again.
of
And
enemies
you
killed,
couldn't. You
lots of
every now
samples
and then they would die, and they would
That's a
respawn. And they would
good
kill you
mission
again
in
because they
life.
couldn't miss.
I would love to just talk.
Is this an aimbot?
This is all sorts of. At the beginning of this video, which you were talking.
This is Call of Duty?
Yeah, it shows you
God,
like,
that's fast,
the
too.
cheats you can buy and how you can subscribe to them per month.
Oh, so you
Oh,
pay a
those are all
company and they
cheats?
give you all
Yep.
that shit?
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
that's
all these cheats.
crazy.
Oh, that made me mad.
That's crazy.
But-
and how do you prevent that?
You don't.
Bro, Call of Duty's a lot quicker than I thought it was. That's fast as shit.
Yeah,
This game
dude.
gets very fast.
When they do multiplayers, there's one
That's
game.
almost Quake-like.
Yeah, there's one level where they're doing like storage units that I watch.
Shipment.
Yeah, shipment. That's what it is, and it's like nonstop. Like you just like turn a corner, you dead, shoot, dead,
Whoa.
like that fast.
Whoa.
But when I remember one time laser tag, back in the laser tag days,
Laser tag.
I camped one time.
Laser tag
I
campaign.
camped at laser tag. I just sat by the charge station, and every time someone would recharge, I'd be like, and then do my stats. We all went, you know how you go out in the lobby and they'd show your stats? My stats were like, I'm surprised I didn't get a call from the military. It was like 700, I had like 300 kills. It was something wild because I was just sitting there. I was like a shitty little 9-year-old just
You
being
know
like,
what you want to do?
What?
You want to do the zombie experience at Sandbox.
What is this?
Sandbox is a VR game place.
Okay.
You go and there's a thing called Deadwood Mansion, and then there's a new Deadwood something.
So you go to a place to do VR.
They have 2 zombie games.
Yeah.
Okay. You put on the headsets,
Yeah.
and you are in a house. You are in this house that's getting stormed by zombies.
Yeah.
And everyone has something. You either have 2 pistols, or you have a shotgun, or you have a rifle.
And then so then you're
Listen
just.
to me. Get the shotgun.
Okay.
The shotgun is overpowered. Sometimes they fuck up when they make a game.
Yeah, they gotta nerf a weapon.
The shotgun's overpowered. The shotgun kills everything. Shotgun's the weapon.
And you just stand there and
You just boom, boom.
But you're
I'm
in a
just
safe room, so you
down
don't
in
run.
zombies,
So,
bro.
so you don't run into a table or anything.
Yeah,
They
but
got
you run into your friends too sometimes because you're all together. You can see each other though.
Oh, so
I
if
can
you bump
see
into you, like-
so literally, I would see you with your armor on. I would know where your space is, and we would all be moving around together. And so, but sometimes you bump backs into each other.
Yeah.
Like there's zombies coming from the ceiling. They're storming at you and clawing at you. You see red in front of you when they get you.
As someone that has sworn off VR, this is the way to get me into it, which is
Dude.
saying VR zombies.
It's so fun.
Because it's gotta
so
be
fun.
scary as shit.
Yeah, at one time I had the number 3 score for this Deadwood Mansion game.
Just
I
sitting
was
there.
like,
just
what? Because I got
cha-cha.
the shotgun.
Did you feel it
So
though?
one of the dudes who worked there told me, get the shotgun. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, get the shotgun.
Yeah, because you
Thanks,
show up, he
man.
goes, "Hey Joe Rogan, get the shotgun. It's
Yeah,
fucking
he's like,
overpowered."
"Thanks, man." It's really fun.
Yeah,
It's a crazy game, but that's crazy.
What the VR does, the video game, is it just heightens the emotional impact that it has on you because it's sensory. It's like kind of like deprivation tanks, but like it's just putting all the senses into that. Because like I was obsessed with this game, Friday the 13th, that they made back on PS4. And you would either be a counselor or Jason, and it's just all online, dude. It's fucking wild. It was wild. I loved it. But what I would do is I'd smoke a fucking doink. I would smoke a giant joint, and then I'd turn off all the lights in my apartment, and I'd play Jason, and it's like it's scary. Because this is the guy as Jason, but you go around and you hunt. See the counselors inside. You can
You're hunting counselors?
yeah, and dude, and that's the phone box. That's how you call the cops. This guy's setting a trap. He's a decent Jason. I still play it sometimes. And I got it. I'm level
You
150.
set a trap at the. So Jason is smart.
Well, you can set. It's you. It's all strategy. It's you versus these counselors.
Right, but Jason can set traps.
He has 5 bear traps and then 5 throwing knives.
Doesn't that seem unrealistic? that Jason can set
Yeah, he's a stupid mutant that drowned in the lake.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Monster.
But this game fucking gets so scared when you're like, so when you're a counselor, you're just like walking around, you're like going through drawers trying to find weapons or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's just like, in the background it's slowly like, and then when Jason shows up when you're at a cabin, he'll smash the window and it's like, yeah, and if you have headphones on, you're like, get the fuck out of here! Dude, I'm getting all goosed up. I'm going home. I'm playing Jason. If the servers are still up, I'm fucking back on it when I get home.
I have not seen it, but I have heard legend of this alien game that's on VR that's supposed to be insane. Like Alien,
Like you
the
get abducted?
first movie.
Oh, Alien.
Ridley Scott Alien.
Yeah.
There's an alien.
I
game.
just watched
this
Prometheus.
This is true. I want to make sure this is true because someone told me it's a terrifying game that you can play on VR that's based on the first Alien.
Sending in an eagle.
I just went through an
No,
Alien
they told me
kick.
this. They told me this at least a year ago, maybe more.
That,
Probably more than a year ago.
do you think we see in the future, do you think we see things like heart attacks and shit from VR as are already happening? Like, people getting so scared that it hurts them in real life?
Well, I think if you're really vulnerable and your heart gets jacked up to like 190 beats a minute, especially if you have one of those guys on those omnidirectional treadmills they have now.
Oh, really?
Dude, they have a surface. It's a new surface that it's a contained surface, like a contained space, and whatever direction you walk in, it moves.
Oh, so it does like the topography of like...
No. It just stays flat. But you can go left and right, and it goes left and right, and it goes back up. It backs up with you. You stay in the same spot, but you're walking around. And it somehow or another registers through the headset into the flooring which direction you're going, and it compensates for that.
You ever think we're such idiots in the future when they're like just holding a controller and playing?
But do you know what kind of good shape you would get in?
Disney updated. It's not available yet, but they've made one that's now they've shown.
Here's what you do. You put ankle weights on, and you put a weighted vest on.
Yeah.
And then you play one of these gun games that's like really intensive, and you
jacked.
get that, and you get and you're walking around with all that weight on.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a fucking workout.
Also, what they should do is, you know, we got those trillions of dollars going around in our military. The military probably has something like this developed. They're with Boston Dynamics.
Yeah, they're probably reloading.
Yeah, they go, you want to see our robot take down a fucking village in Colombia?
The alien game I found.
You will never destroy our way of life.
Like they've sort of hacked it.
Oh, really?
I think that must be it.
Dude,
That must be
Alien.
it. But what I heard is it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, 'cause you can get scared as shit. I mean, I got scared as shit at that Jason game, and I knew what was going on.
But that one movie was scary because there was only one alien that was smart.
Great.
They kind of fucked that up in the second one because there was a bunch of them and they were kind of easy to kill.
And they also just threw it in. They were like, and we're on the ship, we're on this planet, here you go. There's a ton of them.
I never bought the second one. It's a great movie.
I love
all
it.
by itself.
Did you watch-
Aliens
did
is
you
a
like-
great movie, but it's not the same thing as the first movie. The first one was smart as fuck.
Yeah.
It was smart and clever. It would wait for people and hide. It knew how to get around you. It knew how to attack you when you weren't looking. In the second one, they're
And the
everywhere.
little mouth.
Yeah.
Was the little mouth in the second
fucking
one? or it
last
came
one.
out?
Oh, they always come out.
Takes
right?
off on
Yeah,
us
it's
to
not
go
that.
for
the whole
The tongue, it's like a mouth. and it
me and my
gets right
teammate
in the
died
head,
after
sucks
killing
you
like
right in.
Did you like Prometheus?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I just watched it.
I did. I loved it.
The
I
ending,
loved the idea.
I had a problem with. I loved the idea. I had a problem with the ending because she escapes on this. She escapes on the spacecraft of the architects, like the big humans that made us.
Yeah.
And she's going back to their world. Like that, she sets the course to be like, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna go where these people are from that made us and made the animals, made the alien.
Yeah.
And it just leaves you high and dry. Where you're like, where'd she go? Show me that shit. I want to see what planet all these architects are living on.
The last one was really.
Alien 3?
What was the
Aliens
last?
3.
What was the Covenant? Covenant.
Really? All
You
right.
know who's in that? Jesse Smollett.
Really? Yeah, when he pops up and stuff, you're like, oh hey, like Mighty Ducks. It was on like during Christmas, and it was just on in my hotel, and I was like, hey, Jesse Smollett.
Found something.
Well, it's getting caught in such a major lie,
Out of ammo.
but also,
Doing something for attention that's so.
and you get turned on by the people that were helping you. Where they go like, yeah, fuck that guy. I helped him and he's a fucking dick. And you're like, oh my god. That's what's wild.
that
Dude,
is.
if I got
It's also like the way it was structured. The Covenant with the noose still on his neck. Like what?
yeah, dude, it's like, oh no, it's like
Holding
a,
a Subway sandwich.
you know what it's like? It's like murder mystery dinners, you know, where they have to oversell it, where they're like, oh, the knife is still in me.
But isn't that crazy?
I'm on it.
Will do literally anything.
Because they're not in therapy. They don't understand why they're reaching out for this.
But don't you think people that are that broken, like it's not that simple? That's so.
No, not at all. I
that's
think
so
what it is
broken.
it's like, you know when there's like an infection because something's embedded in you?
Yes.
But it's not the thing that's embedded in you that's causing the problem as much as it is the part of it that's infected and now it's got a different thing.
Right.
That's what that is, where it's like something happened to them and instead of them solving it and pulling that out, that splinter that got infected, the infection built on it, and now you're dealing with 6 things on top of the actual problem. That's my guess, but that's what it feels like. Because I've seen people go through bad shit and correct it and be okay, and I've seen people go through kind of bad shit and then it just
There's also this
snowballs.
thing that people do when they do things like that, where they recognize that a certain amount of bullshit is tolerable.
Yeah.
A certain amount of you exaggerating an experience and saying that you were threatened, a certain amount of that seems to be tolerable. Where
Well-
you don't want to question, because then it appears that you're insensitive. And you go, well, you know, and then there were so many people that stood up for that guy and like made these tweets.
Well, we're knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, but it's also like we don't have any information. We don't have any information and you're acting on this, but the story seems so implausible. But
You're right.
nobody wanted to say it. Nobody wanted to say, I think you made that up.
I immediately thought of when that happened and like the reaction a couple weeks later, I immediately thought of Ben Stiller in The Cable Guy when they're doing like the Menendez brothers spoof. And they do the phone call and he goes, I don't know who it was, but he was Asian. And they just like, they're clearly lying on the phone call. And you're like, that's kind of how that felt to me, where you're like, dude, you work in the arts. You should know how to tell a better story. Your storytelling is dog shit. Yeah, this right. So that's like they're spoofing the
Yes.
Menendez, like they clearly killed their parents, but that was their excuse.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, he's someone like him who's been a child actor. This guy's been a child actor his whole life, right? And they know how to roller coaster. They know they're on fire, they're in Mighty Ducks, they're in fucking Alien Covenant, you know what I mean? And they're on a big show. They're on a big fucking show. And then it starts running out. Where you're like, hey, the show's running out and we're not paying you as much as you think you need to get paid. You get desperate. And you start being like, well, what can I do to stay up there? What's gonna keep me, how do I rocket launch? Am I wearing enough armor to jump and rocket launch myself back up? And he fucked up. And he just was like, it was a desperate move. Yeah, with being like, if this works, I am the victim, everyone the victim. And it'll just keep being that, but then you get fucking caught, dude. Hilarious. It's just funny. It's just the funniest shit in the world. Just to go like, what's up? Like that call when they, dude, Ran Azizi did this awesome show in Edinburgh at Fringe in 2019 when I was there. And he did an hour about what it was like being busted lying about 9/11.
Right.
Dude, the show gave me anxiety because of how he did it beautifully. He did it beautifully. It was funny. It started funny. He was explaining how he was famous. It was the league. It was the last season. And he goes into and he tells you about the call from the New York Times. And the guy goes, I want to talk about 9/11. Dude, the way he even telling you, the way he describes it, you're like, oh, fuck. But he made it fun. And he made it into a thing of like, I fucked up. It was a great hour. I hope he taped that. I don't know if he ever taped that, but I mean, that feeling of like Smollett getting caught with that first thing where they go, they're not buying it. And he's like, fuck.
I think he's maintained that he told the truth through the entire time, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he.
Did he ever say?
Here, I don't know. This is why I feel bad for actors, because as comedians, we can immediately go like we can say we're wrong much easier than actors.
Right.
Because actors have that, and you know, you've been around it. They have that like, it's like being around the Queen. There's like little rules that you can't do, where you're like, I can't bust your balls because you'll take it seriously.
Yeah.
That's just how the
You get
entertainment
offended.
business is. Like, musicians act different than actors, and actors act different than comedians. I mean, there's just all this stuff, but I don't think as an actor, you can go like, fuck man, I was desperate. You don't know when you're gonna get on your next show. You don't know when you're gonna get your next gig. If he would have just done one of those, he
But
probably
then
would.
you'd have to admit that it was true.
That's what I mean.
And I don't think he wants to admit that it's true.
And now he's stuck in that thing forever. And now he's stuck in that thing where you're like, well, so you're saying something that we all, that the guys involved said that you were
know
full
what's
of shit.
wild though? I guarantee you some people believe it still. Like, there's people that believe Cosby to the end.
That is, what a ride or die. When that evidence comes out, it's like women that love serial killers. You're like, you can just get there, huh? It's like thinking that that orca's not going to turn on you after it did 3.
Yeah.
After it killed 3 people, and you're like, man, you know, my pool's a little bit bigger.
And then there's
What up, cuz?
the female vampire helper.
What's that?
Where'd you go?
Yo, Warren.
Yo,
Yeah,
Warren.
that-
What up?
Why
There
does
is
this shit
a
say
level
last
of
scene? Right? I just tried calling
on
your
that
phone.
whole
This shit says
Ghislaine
last scene,
Maxwell
like being
Epstein.
online, and then it
That's why
says you
it's
wasn't at
such
the
a
party
joke right
either.
now, is because
What
it's
the
so
hell?
bad. You're like,
my
"Oh,
phone's
fucking
not on.
Epstein
It was,
Island," and you're like, oh,
I didn't
it
see
is
the
the worst of the
screen.
worst. It's
It was
like
flipped over.
the most disgusting
Oh,
shit.
right.
But it's what kind of, it comes back to what we were talking about with billionaires. It's
I
like,
got them booper
you
samples
got that
right
evil
now.
person in your ear right
Them
there,
what?
you're doing some
Booper
dark
samples.
shit.
What the fuck her down?
Maxwell
Super
looks great
sample.
as she runs Florida.
Fuck her down.
Does yoga and
Upgrade my
Pilates
shit.
ahead of March appeal.
Who reads that and goes, good?
Skid.
I heard he's on booty doping around,
I
cuz.
Skid.
There's got to be people. Her
Hey.
life is threatened on a level that
Bro,
people never
guaranteed,
understand.
bruh.
There is
That'd
no
be,
chance she's staying alive. They let her.
Breeze though.
Because the people.
Bring dog,
She's
you
gonna
be
be
booty
ready.
doping around
You know,
Breeze
if she
dog.
writes a book.
There's already a manuscript. There's already like.
Do you think that that's
Nah,
why she's
Breeze
in
dog
prison?
for
Yeah,
sure be
listen to
booty
this.
doping around.
What if she goes to prison to write a book? Because they said the
boy.
only way.
I'm off
this
12
information is gonna get out
milligrams off that lip
we have you
juice.
locked
Off
up.
that
Yeah.
lip
We
juice.
protect you, and you write a book.
Off that dolphin milk.
Her
You
information.
Whoa.
Rolodex. of
What?
Things that have happened.
off that
The hell is
dolphin
that, boy?
Destroy.
Did you say
things
dolphin?
that are as powerful
Dolphin
as our
milk?
top
Yeek.
businesses. Like
You're fucked up.
kings. Like she has information on people.
You don't know who that is? Beersy.
Yeah, let her live in the villages in Florida. She's fucking.
Makes fun of
This
videos.
woman
He's
has.
just be going up to
dangerous-
strangers
dangerous
and
amount
he
of
has like
knowledge.
this,
And she's probably known it.
this thing that covers a can of
Release
soda
court
and it
documents
says
expect well
like
over
weird
100
shit like
people connected to Epstein.
like tuna
Which is
juice
just like,
and dolphin milk and he gets people to drink.
20 years in prison for
Oh,
that.
God.
Share her thoughts being
But
an
it's just
attorney
soda,
ahead
but
of
it
the
just
release
looks like
of
it's
court
something.
documents expected to name well over 100 people connected with
Want to try some dolphin milk?
Mark
You be going around saying
Abdallah.
shit.
Abdallah said that New York nation's
Did
Mario
you hear that I'm about to have a Navajo baby?
Chris Cuomo, right? It's Cuomo.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
The
like,
guy used to be on TV.
really?
News Nation's Cuomo.
No emotion whatsoever.
Nothing to
Really?
say about the pending release of
Another
names,
one of
but
those.
that
Another
the
one of
socialite
those.
takes issue with the fact that the only
God damn it, we had too many of them.
I don't think
We're about to go
she-
Now,
extinct.
talk about
That's a
it.
smart shit.
Maybe that if you look at this crime, this overall
Trying to make
crime,
sure that
it's
don't
all about
happen,
men abusing
dude.
women for a long period of time.
Navajos are like the biggest tribe. Like 3/4 of it, and
What a
1/4
genius defense. We're
actually.
going with this. So I guess it's a boys' club and everyone's getting
But
abused.
you gotta be Chippewa.
Well, the other guy got murdered. Like Epstein got murdered in jail.
So are you like still kind of talking with your girl, or?
Yeah, well, she's pregnant for sure now. We know.
Well, that's what I mean with she's on a
Oh, hold on.
she's on a level of danger that
He's booty doped up.
She's like, on second thought, I'm having your baby, so maybe we should just stick together.
Nah, Warren's the one that's like, we should stick together.
Well, now that we're having a kid, I don't know.
those subways are real.
Have a booty dope baby.
I can take care of the kid by myself.
Yeah, I always fuck it up. I've
That
only read
guy
it.
seemed to be.
You just gotta
I hope
like.
you have a boy, dude, because Will has a girl. Will has 2 girls.
That's the whole thing. Is like, there's danger on. He spoke out. I think he
Because,
just
like,
spoke
I'm
out.
trying to,
The crazy
I'm trying to be an uncle to a dude,
is
not
the
all
dude
girls.
that tried to overthrow.
Can't do shit with him.
Do you remember that?
Oh,
We
yeah.
ran with an army, and then
Get to this guy first.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna fight with this teacup and pretend there's something in it.
Navalny was a Russian opposition leader, lawyer,
Play
anti-corruption
Fortnite with him.
activist, and political prisoner. He organized anti-government demonstrations.
I'm not introducing my kids to technology till they're older.
I'm gonna try not.
Yeah.
Like, they can watch movies, like, they can be like,
Yeah.
we get movie nights
I'm
and
gonna put
shit,
him on the
but,
old school movies though.
and I'll put them on, you know, old school TV shows and shit. But, like, when it comes to having their own iPad to play with and run around with, or giving them my phone to play with, fuck that. Like, I get it, I get doing it sometimes, you know?
and they were like,
But like not an all the time thing. You know what I'm saying?
and then he went, just kidding, no, I'm not. And then a month later, they're like,
iPad
his plane
babies
crashed. And
be
you're like,
awful.
why were you getting into
Yeah, like you be seeing so much shit about iPad babies, bro. Like,
what the fuck is wrong with you? How is no one around him going like, can't John Madden this? Can't take a bus? We can protect the bus.
Ooh, thank God he
booty doped up on a triple Thursday afternoon.
triple Thursday afternoon.
No,
dude.
it's not even. It's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Shit.
He was. So he's basically an anti-Putin activist.
Yeah, he's poisoned
An anti-corruption activist who was unlawfully detained and is now been in prison for 11 years and 6 months. He's still in prison and suffers continual ill treatment, being in constant surveillance and psychological.
Yeah, I gotta go to AA at 5:30.
Oh, I thought you were there.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go at 5. I gotta go at 5:30. I
What
said.
was the controversy about him? Someone was saying
Bripto.
something about his...
I'm Bripto Cripwalk.
It could be. See, just see if you can find it. There, someone was saying
But I mean, that guy
you always wonder, like, that is something that they would get.
Yeah. Do you remember when he got that guy, Litvinenko with the...
Booty doped up on a Saturday
They
afternoon.
just reached down and were like, you're dead. It's plutonium. They put plutonium in the guy's sushi.
Shit,
And they
if
were
we
like-
had a game to
he was
play,
like
I'd hop
he was like
on
a
with
low
y'all,
KGB
but
agent. And they were like,
What you got? Just bod.
you think they're
That's the
bad?
only thing I got.
Body back.
We do
Fucking
shit that we're like, the CIA's been picking
Daz.
up stuff that like even Russians go like,
Daisy,
"That's
yep,
pretty
Daz.
fucking good." Like, do you ever think they like wink at each other? Like,
Okay.
you're fucking nuts. And he's like, it's like, yeah, we fucking
Bro.
get this whole thing. We flew planes into our towers, and they're like, you guys don't give it. Like,
So we
if there's an open conversation about it,
too on
they
the,
just
on
fuck
the fucking
around.
box here.
Not
I
a
know.
liberal Democrat. Yet there's a darker
I
side
know
of
they
them,
do.
some say.
That's such a
Yeah, we
fucking.
would have
They're
to worry
putting that
about
out there to be like, hey.
shit.
His controversial views on Muslims in the Caucasus, Georgians, and Central Asian migrants in Russia. Immigrants from Central Asia bringing
GTA
drugs
6
to Russia.
coming soon.
He said in an interview with 2012, defending what he described as a realist
Next
business
year.
environment for wonderful people from
GTA 6.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
While he reflected upon some of these past remarks, they frequently resurface, causing some question if Navalny is what many in the Western
crazy,
world
you can
think
see
he
other
is.
people.
Navalny's
'Cause you be
controversial
bootied.
statements stem from his political origins.
Double
and
cheeked
national
up.
Calling them airstrikes.
There will be
And
a
are even on your
feel-good
squad.
A24 movie about this guy.
Can you kill people with your own airstrike or like
Far-right
your?
nationalist group generally behind the slogan
There's traders.
ethnic
Apparently,
Russians.
there's like well-known
Anybody
traders that
expects
are going out.
Navalny to be an
on
ideal
people.
What is a
Western
trade?
Democrat
They'll
has
just
been
kill you right
mistaken.
when you're
She tells you
about to
she's
extract.
ultra-national
Why would they
nationalist.
do that? Has that
I
happened
don't
to
know.
you?
Those people just think that's
Dating
fun, I
back some
guess.
17 years filled with
Has that
xenophobic
happened to you though?
comments.
No,
Do you think
but
this is
I've
like
seen
his
videos
getting
of
like
people
when
telling
comics
people
bring
to
up old
leave
clips
the
of
game
comics
if
on
this
podcasts?
guy
Like he was like,
pops up.
oh, that was 12 years ago. I was crazy.
So this is what he was saying. He said, everything in our way should be carefully but
This
decisively
guy.
removed through deportation. Is what he said in the video addressed
This
to
nigga.
immigrants to dental academies.
It's a creed dog.
Hey, what, babe?
It's a creed dog.
Everyone should be over the top against the immigrants. Over the top. Like they're broken cavities. And I'm the dentist. Navalny take care of cavities for you.
We'll call it laughing gas. And it's
I got these freeze-dried strawberries and freeze-dried
Strawberries.
They really did a movie.
freeze-dried Fuji apples and shit.
They had it.
What does the documentary say? Does it say is it all a scroll thing?
Yeah, HBO.
Yeah, see, anybody that's in opposition to Putin is an enemy of mine.
Yeah.
That's
The
a
other guy.
controversial take.
This guy was just gossiping. This guy's like, did you hear what Putin did? And then the other guy was like, I got tanks, bro. We're fucking pulling up to Moscow.
Damn,
They
motherfucker,
were-
you want that?
Thought he was fine. And by the way, it was in the
Took off
news
his head,
a lot,
boy.
and then it was completely gone, which you're like,
Of course he did. Like everybody knows he did.
they just suck the air out of the room.
But
Like,
he's always, Putin's always like, what are you
yeah, that's my
Why are
favorite.
you always going after me? What are you
Oliver,
guys
in the
doing?
Oliver Stone interview and the Tucker interview, he really loves to be like, you guys are good, man. You know when you fight with your girl and she like she'll bring up something you did and you get defensive, you just go like, yeah, but what's up with you fucking
Totally.
You're a bitch sometimes. But God damn it, I got nothing. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's true. But he's got a point.
I mean, he is lit. Do you remember the lady that wrote him the poem? This like Hollywood actress did a thing that was like, yeah, dude.
No way.
This shit is
no,
so
this
funny.
is not real. Don't tell me this is real.
Shit, you never saw this?
No.
Dude, this shit is so funny. Play it for me again. This is the most I'm in LA bubble. This is so self-gratuitous, but
He's
also,
an editor.
yeah, lady, just get to the punch.
There's too many superfluous words.
It's a word salad.
Superfluous.
It's a word salad, lady.
It's
Get to it.
nonsense.
But by the way, do you know that?
We need to find a different game.
Yeah. Vladimir Putin is giving up. You know, he's giving up by his mother. Or, like,
Let's look up some games.
he was giving up for adoption.
I got a game we can
People
play.
really,
Wait
like,
for me to get a
started training
MacBook
him as a,
and a
like,
gaming PC, and we can do
Yeah.
everything.
He got into like,
When are you gonna
yeah,
get
it's
it
like a
today?
super soldier. He was like built for this shit. So this woman in
I'll get a
in
MacBook
condo
probably in the
Santa Monica
next.
going, I would hug you and
See, it's February,
feel the
no, it's
plight
March,
of the world on my
April,
shoulders. And
May.
he goes,
Dude, in the
I
next
would
2
live
months, I'll
for
probably have a
grand.
MacBook.
Yeah, and you would be dead as well.
You would not be my mother. I would.
But you know what I'm trying to do when I get that, bro?
Fucking don't give a shit. Putin is so
Buy
scary
gas.
that when he put on hockey equipment and played against the Russian team, they let him score like 6 goals. It was some Kim Jong-un shit.
100%.
I'm trying to do
Oh,
podcasts.
look at him go! He's
a
like,
legit
yeah.
black belt in judo.
We could
though.
do that
is he?
now.
Does he?
Yeah.
He does sambo and judo. Does he
I do not know if he does sambo as well.
But that guy
But
can
he definitely
fuck shit.
does. He definitely does judo. He's a legit black belt.
Really?
Like he's an older guy, but by the way he moves and the things he does everything absolutely correct. And I'm not.
That's what I'm watching right now.
I'm not a judo expert.
But also,
I
Naruto.
know these,
That
I know
new,
how these
that
throws
new
look when I see
Teenage
judo
Mutant
experts do
Ninja
it.
Turtles.
Oh, I heard it's good.
This isn't the Steven
I'm about to
Seagal
go
videos.
use the
Where he's just
restroom.
doing like the.
No, that's not. See, like right there, that's a beautiful hip toss. That is a beautiful hip toss. The way he did that, look at the smoothness, man. That's legit. That's legit.
Do you think
He's
Wars?
a legit black belt. No, Jamie.
The whole
I'm
time that
saying,
guy's like,
Jamie,
fuck, fuck.
this is how these things are trained.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
But guys do resist too. But this is just an execution of technique.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he can do that. That is very like if I showed you how to do that, it would take you a long time before you could do it that smoothly.
Now I'm very dumb when it comes to both judo, but also, more importantly, I'm very stupid when it comes to politics. Here's my question.
Jamie, you questioning this? Is that where you?
No, I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying, if you're the guy that's going with Putin, you're definitely going to be the best dance partner of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, but
You're going to lean
You're
into
selling.
it.
You're selling the moves.
Yeah, you're wrestling.
I literally had this done to me, and it's it's actually just thrilling. But I've had this done to me by people who are good at judo, and it's shocking how easy they can throw you around.
Yeah, she's like when he kicks his feet out.
All he's doing is, it seems a lot harder than it is. You're just getting the guy, you're bouncing together, you're timing the bounce, and you're sweeping him and pulling at the same time, and you just go flying.
Yeah, it's like when you were little and you would be walking in front of one of your friends and kick your foot to the other one, and you go like, you go fucking flying. Fuck you. I think wars should just be our leaders versus theirs. Oh, he would win. That's what, but I mean, like,
Why?
maybe it's also
Humans are the few
that would change the way we elect our president, or like who can we roll? President John Jones in 2024, and we'd just be dominating the world.
Yeah, we'd make Alex Kane an official U.S. citizen immediately.
Dude, immigration would change so fast.
Francis Ngannou, U.S. citizen.
I would love to have him, sir.
Yeah, full U.S. citizenship. Raise your right hand. We fucking love you, bro.
The Brazilian population shot through the roof in the United States.
So that would be, if there was one guy, it would either be John Jones or Francis Ngannou. It would be the one person. We don't know until they do it, until they do the dance.
But you know what? Another country would probably be smart and they go like Francis. How about we just do everything? You're our king, you're everything. And then you have the best, now we have the best military in the world. One guy goes, but we still have Clarence Jones. And then
You got to drop USADA right away.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, USADA's gone, and they put him in like a Weapon X program, where they're like, how can we...
USADA's gone.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
Brock Lesnar returns 350 pounds at 49 years old.
Yeah, with 4% body fat. And you just hear the...
Just like a juggernaut.
And you hear that WWE music here, it's like... Yeah. Just hear, oh, that was Roman, but...
Everyone's getting smashed.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, that was like, you know, we do that, how many lives are you saving? How many $2 are you saving? We don't need missiles and fucking, you know. We get away from the American military industrial complex.
What up, dog?
Badass president. And then no one talks shit about the president. Do you think CNN or Fox News is going to run their mouth about a guy who's like, by the way, I'm doing a press briefing. He's like, oh yeah, you thought about that? Like, what about taxes? He goes, I think you should fuck up. That's what I think you need to do. Yeah, dude. Because Putin is like,
He's the only badass.
you see that guy, you go, he's still
Netanyahu has as well. Netanyahu is like a serious operative.
Yeah.
And he's really what was Netanyahu's military background? It's actually very Will I hear about the stuff he's done?
Yo, is my movie too loud?
It's not a question of if you did or not.
I can hear it a little bit.
He was like a special forces guy.
Okay, I'll turn down this tab.
Also, the idea is always funny to me of running up on someone that's like trying to be a badass, and you think they're an old man. And it's taken. The whole idea of taking. I just watched
high school in 67, Netanyahu returned to Israel to enlist in the Israeli Defense Forces. He trained as a combat soldier and served for 5 years in a special forces unit of the IDF.
Yeah, that guy. Run up on him. Run up on BB.
They'll kill you with a pencil.
Yeah. You won't even know what happened. Your arm will be broken and you'll be like, I didn't even reach for him.
You ever had a freeze-dried apple, Warren?
Shit, I've had a freeze-dried, bussy. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
He was trying to...
Dude, that's not even...
Yeah. Well, he's a guy...
Bro!
Like,
I never had a freeze-dried apple.
Been through war and that kind of shit. They're calloused to it.
Clip that. Someone clip that.
Bro said
The joyous bathing light of...
get some pussy. Or what did it say?
He said he's like, I fuck so much pussy, I'ma switch to bussy.
I love watching videos of guys, of older
He thought
guys
that
like
bar
Don
was
Fryer,
hard.
my favorite guys, when I was young, watching like Pride and shit.
I didn't even see the
Like,
video when you guys were
he's a
talking about it, and then I saw it
You
the
see
other
him now
day.
as the old man, and you're like, you could still fuck
Oh, you
it
saw
up.
it?
Yeah, the
Recently
Asian guy.
retired. I was
Yeah.
watching an interview with Donald Cerrone, who I love. He's one of my favorite fighters.
I love Donald.
I'm from Colorado, and he's just like,
I get so much pussy, I'ma switch to bussy.
he's like,
I fuck so much pussy, I'ma switch to bussy.
about
Dude.
diving,
Oh.
and anxiety. Listening to that, I was too high, and he was talking about being lost, and I was like, how the story was fucking insane. He was like lost and could only get back through sheer darkness underwater. He's like a true American badass. And he was on this podcast talking about how he got like this idiot like ran up on him and he just hit him. He was fucking done. And he was explaining like the situation. Yeah, they were at a lake, and I was watching him flying off, and I was like, I found my genre of my favorite thing, which are people fucking around with older badasses.
Wait, this wasn't even he was older.
But I mean, like,
Getting
Shalom's a badass, like an old. Now, don't run up on the guy. Like an
Don't
old.
run up on him any time in his life. But this was like years ago.
Oh, this was when he was active in the UFC.
Yeah, he was active.
What a dumb thing. Like, these guys that think that you can beat a trained fighter.
They didn't know he was trained. They're just douchebags.
Guess what? Back to the wrong guy.
Oh,
What
what?
stain do you have in this guy's ability?
Bro, kill my bro.
This guy's starting with a head kick. It's like, ah! It's like,
That's literally what he does for a living.
yeah, dude, he was a guy, man, like, you grow up in Colorado and you go to, like, the Western Stock Show or whatever.
Point me to the enemy.
Just this suburban kid. And you see these, like, Eastern Colorado kids, or these kids that are from, like, the real Front Range, and you're like, oh, you're a badass. This is how the land got settled.
He has this one UFC, this one combination where he lands on this dude, where it's like the Matrix. He like, and he's just touching him.
That's
Up, punches him down, face kicks him, follows up, and the way he did it was.
We went to Rick Story. We went to a UFC.
Yeah. So
Right,
watch this.
boom.
Hold on, let's do it from the beginning. Look at this combination. Jab to the body, left hand, ducks down, head kick.
That's a full meal.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
That's a full meal.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
It's so cool. That's so cool you can do that in real life. I went to a UFC event at Barclays because Steve Miocic was on Billions, and so and Steve, he's like the coolest fucking guy.
Badusi.
And his manager was like, "Oh, I can get you tickets to the fight that's at Barclays."
Our dog's
Steve
name is
wasn't on it,
Lucy.
but Cerrone was.
My grandma one day was like,
And I went
so
with
how's
Luke Jagoda.
Coochie?
Oh,
It's like, that's not her name. What the fuck? Everyone just wanted to laugh.
As a friend, it bothers me how much you
That
like
hill
this
grandma.
guy. He's like,
The fuck, grandma, what you putting in that tea, grandma?
It's like you want him to be your dad. And I'm like, no, fuck that. He's just like
Shit,
the coolest
she drugging your ass and molesting you at night.
Can't help himself.
I love it, dude. Louis, the first event we ever went to, the UFC event I ever went to was Jones Sonnen.
Nah, she
in
called my
Jersey.
dog
And it was
Coochie.
like, I don't think
He called your dog Coochie?
Yeah, she,
John Jones,
like,
Sonnen.
cause her name's Lucy,
Crowd.
the dog.
And I've been to boxing matches, and you feel
And,
that. Yeah.
She's like, oh, how's your dog doing?
Yeah,
Coochie.
he beat him up so bad he broke his own toe.
Yeah,
He
shooting on him.
pushed off so hard.
It's not her name.
I don't know
Say this
why
shit.
my
You
ass
see in the
off.
video where it turns over.
Yeah, I was kind of laughing, but I was like, no, grandma, her name is Lucy. And she's like, oh.
She didn't really know.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
ring.
she really knew.
You
Well, she
look
kinda
down,
knew,
remember,
but she
he was
died.
in the arena. You look down and you're like, I think your toe's broken, and he was like, he hopped over you.
That was like some,
That's crazy.
probably thought it was like Gucci. They just said Coochie. Yeah.
It's just fun, dude. He,
And the thing is, greatest light heavyweight of all time without question.
yeah.
There's no second place.
Dude, those old
John
Nike,
Jones is number one for sure.
those old Nike, like, with the open slit on the sides, and it was wild. So we were there.
He would have Nike sponsorships.
I mean, dude, he would,
Damn, I completed
he would be the
100
Jordan
missions
of
down here.
Yeah.
He would just-
Yeah, damn.
You're just like, no, this is the greatest.
Have you got any
thing.
new
You can
Helldiver
argue-
viewers?
You can argue who comes close to
Oh
it.
yeah, once in a
But we
while
were
I
at
get
that fight.
like today I had somebody talking to me on here.
And we're watching these guys get chippy. These like Jersey Italian guys are just fucking yelling at this guy.
Every time
And
they're
it's like a
females.
dude, you know, 8 Mile style, like a white guy being like, yo, what's up with the
Unplugged
disrespect?
in.
And Lewis just
So I'm
so
plugged
competitive.
in, you're
She's gonna be a fight. She pulled her phone out. Those guys are gonna fight. And
I'm
I was
locked
like, "No, they're
in."
not. They're just John or whatever. And then they just start fighting in the crowd. And I
Don't
was like,
tell baby
"Damn, Lewis really
Mas."
felt that. He like
Yeah.
felt it in the senses. He's like,
Yeah.
it's about to go down.
Lewis has had some fights.
So
Yeah,
she
dude,
really is your
I
baby
love it. He's got
mama,
some
huh?
crazy stories. He's told on when I've
Seems
done
like she's
podcasts
gonna
with him
be.
about like growing up. He had a fucking tough life. That's why I always say people with Lewis, I go,
seems
if
like
you had
it.
that tough of a life, there's no way you'd
Like,
end up
she
how
seems to like it.
all of us would
That
have
too.
been with all the hard shit. Because sometimes you talk to people and you're impressed by what they've responded to.
Right.
You're like, There's no way I could
An
have responded to
unmitigated
that.
success.
Like Vladimir Putin, he's an evil guy. He's done evil shit. But you read about his childhood. That's why that lady's poem's so funny. And you're like, this guy was
Hunnet.
literally thrown in a ditch,
They
basically.
call me Big Hunnet out
and then
here
came
now.
up and is now the most powerful
Big
man
Hunnet?
outside of the United States. That's a fucking
Call me
drive.
big nigga on there.
That's a response that I do not have.
My
Big
bad. I forgot.
Hunnet.
I forgot your stream.
That's exactly it. If you're
Yeah,
if you're like given everything, you don't have that in you.
No.
Where you're like, everyone left me.
He was like,
Big
Hunnet.
Hunnet.
I run it
Big
again.
That was my favorite thing. Is he goes,
I'm a big
I
boy
am
in there.
no longer president, prime minister. Guess what?
Time is it?
Prime minister has more
2:55.
power.
I got time.
And then after a while, he goes, I'm just president.
Yeah, you do. Big
You're like,
dog.
dude, the guy is just changing shit in a way.
Big
that everyone
dog.
around him is going like,
Do you see-
badasses, Russian badasses around him are going like, hey, that's a good one. I like that one. You just have to be agreeable. His yes man,
Yeah.
it's got to be a terrifying thing.
Well, he's got it locked in. As
Yeah.
long as you play by the rules, seems like he lets you live.
Who do you think that's exactly it. Where he goes,
Big
I might
Yowie.
live. Who do you think has the more ass kissers
We
around
must
them?
give no
Putin
less
or
than
Kim
the
Jong-un?
entirety of our being.
Yeah,
in
that's like
service to
crazy.
I bet
freedom.
Putin's intelligent. I bet Putin requires people to have differing perspectives.
Challenge.
So that he can take into consideration. And I bet he's very strategic about what they do and why they do. People
That's-
have to publicly cry.
All right, listen. Can we also admit, though, when Kim Jong-il died, right?
Look at them.
And they did this. It is hilarious that you're that powerful, that you're like, motherfucker.
That everybody has to cry.
Yeah.
This is where communism leads, kids.
Yeah.
All you fucking idiots out there that think they
This
just no
is
one's ever
awesome
done it
watching
right.
these little
There's
turtle
only
fucks
one way
try
to
to
do
fight.
it. You have to
This.
have someone
you
has
said
to
one watching
enforce
these
the
little turtle
rules.
fucks.
That person is always the military.
No,
They have power over everything.
I'm not trying. No,
Jamie's
bro.
pointing this guy out. Do you think he's gone? This guy in the middle goes like, oh, fuck, I didn't know a camera was there. I didn't know a fucking camera was there.
That guy's probably tortured right now.
Yeah. That guy's just,
Still being whipped.
yeah. And Kim Jong-un, I mean, didn't he have his uncle killed?
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un was just like when Il died.
Yeah, some people are trying to move in on the territory. I'm the prince, bitch.
But also, so the difference between a self-made man and a prince is that prince has that like, let them die. Like they have that energy where they go, my uncle has ran upon. Like Vladimir Putin would be like,
Yeah.
I am very disappointed
wanna play
that
that
you would
new
not
Star
think
Wars.
that I would take
What is it
care
called?
of you. He'd be
Survivor?
like, right. Where,
Yeah, I know what you're
like,
talking
Still
about. The open world one.
You are dead to me. like that
Still
prince
never
energy.
played that, John Eric.
sun and the stars
You know why it didn't do good at all? You know why you didn't hear about it
didn't?
at all?
Dennis Rodman.
Dude, hell no. When have you heard about that Jedi there? That
Oh,
Jedi.
usually I
that
never really hear much about the single player games.
Yeah, exactly. It was a single player open world game and you played as a team.
Fallen Order.
Like rubbing his hands together.
That's different.
That shit went hard as whoa.
And then like, yeah. And then you walk outside. Oh, there it is.
Well, then I'm not getting it then until it's $5.
They're blasting off.
Till it's
Dude, the NBA
$5.
players that are there for the first check. You know what though? How many times have we done gigs that have killed our souls?
That was
Going like this,
You have to
Joe.
lose
God,
in
I'm
order for
fucking
you.
laughing.
Just going like
Just
this,
laughing.
Joe. Just standing there after you were a 4-time All-Star in
get
the
it.
NBA, and you're like,
Here's the question: do they have to lose? I mean, are they allowed to really play?
probably not.
It seems like there's no competition here. This is
Oh.
insane. to
I would,
watch.
I would say they give them as much pushback as that guy in the judo class did against Putin.
That guy was good. That guy was good. Look, shut up, Jamie. That guy's good.
No, hold on, go back.
That is a bunch of giant dudes really pushing the
You know what it is?
no one within 15 feet.
It's like airbud
Jamie,
defense.
you're a hater.
No.
That guy's the best.
Jamie's like, no, I would key up on that guy and make his life.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So they let they let the Koreans get close. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they want this to be like
Yo, they let Robin play with his lip rings. This can't be real.
Dude, that story when he left in their last dance, when they're talking about that Bulls team, and he, are they? Oh, in in Pyongyang. Oh, that's not. Yeah, it's he just asked Phil Jackson. He said, "I'm going to Vegas." Phil Jackson's like, it was like 4. They're just on a run in the season. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to Vegas to get fucked up. I'm hanging out with Carmen Electra." And Phil Jackson's like,
Holy fuck.
being that good at something where they bend the rules for you, and they go like, "Fuck, dude, all right, go ahead."
Reloading!
And he's like, "I might not."
Did he miss any games?
I think he did, right? Did he miss games, dude?
Got a sample!
Right now is actually called 48 hours.
So that's what it was he asked. But that's not what I think he took. I think he took like 4 days.
It was during the finals.
Sending in an eagle!
The finals!
During the
My God!
They usually maybe have 3 days off. I think he took 2.
What?
They had to go get him.
You're our leading rebounder. And he's like, dude, it's like The Hangover meets a Space Jam. You're like showing up and you're like, hey, we got the biggest game of our life and you're here in Vegas? Vegas.
Zerski.
Did you ever see where? What?
Is that what?
Look up when Helldivers 2 is
He's
coming
playing
to
Robin?
Xbox.
Yeah.
Look
Did
it
you
up.
ever see when he was on Celebrity Rehab?
Yeah, he was horrible.
For me.
Celebrity Rehab was
He
like,
got in shape. All he did is like run on the treadmill, like
oh,
drinking
really?
water. It's
I
like,
was thinking
he
of,
just partied a little too much.
I think Celebrity Rehab, the one I'm thinking of, is the first season where you saw people melting down in ways that you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, well, first of all, it's the worst you could ever do to someone who's in the middle of recovery is to broadcast them and all their insecurities to the world and have people shit on each other and insult each other.
Dr. Drew hosted that show, and it led to one of my favorite Stanhope bits. Dr. Drew, science, I forget what it was, but he was like talking about, he's like, that'd be like being an OBGYN that only specializes in airless, shapeless Norwegians. I like the way that Stanhope described it. I was like, it's so funny. I fucking love that. Yeah, but Celebrity Rehab, you saw people be like, oh, here's your favorite guy, and he's super broken.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
And it gives you a window into like the dark side.
You see them be like, I don't keep that money. That money doesn't keep coming in. That's like the nasty stuff. You wonder how many of those people that are on drugs hit that moment where they're like, I have to do something crazy to get back up there. I'll do Celebrity. Like, I'll be the victim.
Like, what do you think? That guy can't work.
He's got to save 3 babies. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't, no. What if it fucking rules? What if it's like good? What if we heard music and it was like, let's hear it. But did he know?
Can we hear it and edit this out of the show? Can we just play it for us?
Play in-house.
And what will the audience hear? Nothing?
Can you give it,
I'll cut it out.
or you can overlap elevator music.
We'll be right back with our commentary. Boy Blues. Going for that game market.
Yeah, he's got
Also a year.
I would describe. Oh, really? So he actually is a legitimate.
Songs from Empire.
It over here.
That's when the thing happens. Isn't that crazy? You can follow it like that. You can go like, oh, here he is, and then now you're like, different. Are we about to see something? We're about to see I will say my review of the song is it sounds like AI R&B. It sounds like, there's not one specific thing that I'm like, oh, that was it. It just feels like AI. Huh? What? Okay, cool. I know what you want to drink in the morning.
I don't know what's worse, that or the open letter to Vladimir Putin.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. You're dealing with a man that's a murderer.
Oh my god, this fucking
If I was
movie,
his
dude.
mom, I'd fix it. Like,
That's
first
also-
of all,
What is it?
how outrageous.
The Turtles
I'll
movie?
shave in a month.
It's pretty good or
We
what?
looked it up. I think we looked it up on the bonfire.
It's like
I don't think she's
funny
the one makes it
humor,
funnier.
like
It
soft
is
humor.
Probably
It's
the
funny.
best piece of shit talking we have against Vladimir Putin. Biden or Trump, either one of them talking shit to Putin. There was this old lady, like, this is self-important actress being like, I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. Nothing can stop a hot actress like me. It's just like, yeah, it's an immovable object versus the
Some mentally ill people are also hot.
Oh, okay. No, that's
White
funny.
woman single-handedly stops war in Ukraine. If I was your mother.
It's got references to the old ninja movies in here.
Imagine, I
Has
could
it?
like best case scenario.
Like the old Ninja Turtle viral.
Against the Vladimir, and you see him crying in the Kremlin.
Go
Someone slides
Ninja,
it across
go
his
Ninja,
oversized
go,
desk.
And
go,
then she gets a
go,
phone
go,
call.
go.
Russia? What's going on?
What is this?
I wish you were my mother.
Could you still be my mommy? She goes, who is this?
That's why Charlie tricks her into moving to Russia.
And then he's got a new bride.
Yeah.
And now we have
She's married to me now.
and that's their meet cute. That does sound like a rom-com from the 90s where it's like, she's an actress, he's a bloodthirsty dictator. What happens when a poem goes viral? It's their Sleepless in Seattle.
I didn't watch I watched small clips of the Tucker interview with Putin.
Oh, it
What
just
did,
looked.
what did you think?
It looked. I mean, did you see what Putin said about it?
What did he say?
He was like made fun of how softball of an interview it was.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
really?
he like made fun of Tucker to the Russian
Interesting.
press. He went, I prepared. I think the quote was something like, I prepared to be challenged.
Oh, interesting.
I was prepared for them to come at me.
Yeah.
Because I guess you're right. Someone in his inner circle is smart. Because he was clearly got his balls busted for all the ranting he did.
Putin says he prefers Biden to Trump and mocks Tucker.
Yo,
for all
Warren.
questions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, again, this could all be a psyop because he's how he moves and shit.
He said Biden is more predictable. The lack of sharp questions.
Yeah,
during the
it said
interview.
it threw him off.
Made
'cause you could tell
April
someone
look like
busted
an
his balls
ugly
for how long he
geek ass
ranted on
bitch.
shit.
So.
When they were like, what are you talking about?
She's a fat mixed
And it
bitch.
said, yeah, he was expecting.
Not that there's
them
anything
to,
wrong with mixed
But here's the other
bitches,
part
but
of the quote that
he's a
Putin
fat
used.
nerd.
He said, he goes, I
don't
think
know who
that,
that
he said between Biden and Putin.
He said April?
Putin said without hesitation the current U.S. president was more experienced, predictable, an old school politician, but added, we will work with any U.S. president who the American people have confidence in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did he, besides preferring Trump, he says he'll work with anybody.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He says this guy.
He doesn't say unreasonable things.
Well, he just says stuff that you go like. He says stuff that's smart enough that you go like, oh. Okay. Well, it's not a real. Like Kim Jong Un is like, the stars have told me that I'm the leader, and you're like, you're a fucking moron. And Putin says stuff, and you go, man, it's not completely incorrect.
Well, he's very intelligent.
Yeah, the guy worked for the KGB. The guy, it's like a CIA operative being our leader. And they're like, hey, I know how these fucking things go.
Have you ever seen when he talks about how many U.S. presidents he's been through? And about how they all have these promises. And then once they get into office, he goes, men with coats like mine, sit down with them, not with this color tie, you know?
Yeah.
And they tell them exactly what you're going to do. Like, it's cool to see because he's telling the truth. He knows what he's saying.
Well, he's on the other side of it.
He's on the other side of it, but it's not a lie.
No. And we all know that.
Yeah, they all. No one like Obama. One of his things was to help whistleblowers. It was like a part of the website to get him elected.
Yeah.
It's like protection for whistleblowers. They were like the worst for whistleblowers.
Dude, I'm telling you, he knows that all presidents, left or right, are just the same arms. They have arms with the same arms.
Yeah.
He knows how they work. That's what he means by Biden's a predictable one. He goes, I can fucking. It's like knowing how to drive an old car. You're like,
Exactly.
I fucking had one of these. I can throw in reverse.
They were saying that those Chinese weather balloons, those flying over things, those big balloons,
Yeah.
that they were doing that when Trump was around, but they didn't tell Trump.
That's hilarious.
Because Trump would like shoot him down.
He's
So
just like,
people
fuck it,
Biden shot him
yeah.
down.
Yeah. And then
Which is
Biden-
even crazier. There was like good.
Yeah. It's fine.
But if Trump shot him down, like, he's fucking launching missiles into the sky.
Well, they threatened World War. That's always the threat either side pushes on the other. Where they go like, World War III is coming.
April was always a bad bitch, bro. Why did they make her a fucking geek ass bitch?
Or the jet that
Oh, in
crash
the
landed.
movie?
Yeah.
No.
there was
Made
a
her
jet
look
or a
like-
pilot ejected from the jet. Like,
They
this
made her look
fucking
like a
super
bitch who eats
expensive
too much
private
fucking
jet.
chips,
And it
sits on the
flew
couch
into the
all day,
ground.
and gossips
And this
about
one
fucking
dude
shit that has
was there
nothing to
when
do
it
with it.
happened.
That's what she looks like.
This dude's like super country. It's
I love it.
it's hilarious.
You don't fuck with that?
I fuck with the turtles, but I don't fuck with April, bro.
Oh, dude, I love a guy that starts.
Straw hat.
Georgetown 10 years ago. He lives in this house with his wife in a very rural area of Williamsburg County.
I need supplies.
I like.
He loves living about 2 miles away from where he grew up. Normally it's pretty quiet, but on Sunday afternoon,
I thought that was gonna go a different way.
I need supplies. Supplies.
Pause that. I need that as a clip. I need that as someone to cut that clip where he just goes.
I think
What the world is this?
already sampled it in the rap songs.
Mean drop.
White says he didn't realize it was playing the
I heard Warren don't like freeze-dried fruit.
Freeze dried.
Fruity booty. Warren, you about that fruity booty? What?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, you about that fruity booty.
Damn, dude. That is possibly the beginning of the interview. Been on this about 72 years.
To be honest, have you got the reading booty?
States how old he is in the beginning.
Hell
He
no.
goes, nah, I ain't seen that shit.
You said no, Breed?
Shave, which is definitely code
Eating
for a shit.
ass?
He was taking a dump.
Yeah.
The eating booty hole? Hell no, nigga, you nasty, bro.
I'm asking.
Yeah, dude. That's
He's
fucking
nasty, bro.
rules. That's what I mean.
Warren said
I
yeah.
want his explanation on you. If there's
I was like, yeah, I eat this shit breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I think they lost the jet. They knew the guy ejected.
I think I was dating this for a while though. I've only done it with the one.
Reloading.
With the one girl.
Booty hole,
story about a
bro.
lost jet. And you're like, how the fuck do you lose a jet?
So you only one booty
Yeah,
up
that
there.
guy's probably got low body fat under there.
Is that what that is?
This guy's probably
Booty
shredded.
dude.
Warren, you a booty goof ass boy.
Yeah, just old man ripped.
Booty goof.
Have you ever seen those old dudes that work out in the park on those monkey bars and
Yeah, dude, up in Harlem.
no gymnast bars, the various different height parallel bars?
I
Trying to see how many dubs I
These
can
guys
get.
are insanely fit.
So,
There's this
Warren's
one
a booty
old
dude,
dude
bad
that
boy.
does it on Instagram that I follow.
well, I've met back when I was getting out of
Who's
the way,
Nemo Breezy?
12, 13
Small.
years ago, I did a series for Yahoo called Manson.
Mimo Breezy. My name was double COD double H Erder.
I went to Harlem and did an episode with these guys. And they were like showing me the shit they could do.
Double
Sleazy.
And it was
COD
unbelievable.
Erder.
Like, oh, there it is. Yeah, the bartenders. Yeah,
Look
see?
at you, bro.
Dude, I am
Crypto.
full alcoholic at this point. Very hungover.
You got Ethereum as
This
your
guy would do
profile
stuff,
pic.
He would do, and then
Yeah.
I would try to do stuff, and I'm out of shape, so my arms are doing like the
They can do
stabilizing.
insane shit.
Dude,
They
he
can flag poles.
Yeah, he would like lift himself all the way up and then all the way back down. With, like, not even-
Will on Breezy?
Just try
Hey,
bars
nah.
back
What
don't
Will
think so.
been doing?
times and see how hard
Will's
it is
been
on your
vibing,
forearms and your
lazy
grip
and
strength.
especially at 40.
Yeah.
Like, look at this, I can just do
being a
stuff.
dad.
But that is, it just shows you also,
Being
like,
a
their
bull-
physiques come from
Being
entirely
bull-
from body weight.
Thing.
Yeah.
And you, like,
didn't
look
say
at
it.
gymnasts. They're some of the most fucking ripped people
You didn't
alive.
say it?
Just a dog
all
and-
body weight.
Yeah,
He
it's
didn't
no
say-
weight lifting. It's just that. Pull-ups.
Like I
How
didn't
hard are
say.
pull-ups?
It was just a dog in me.
Like,
Like,
didn't
that's
say it.
crazy.
crazy muscle
That's
ups
why
and flips.
I didn't
Hardcore guys
say.
are crazy strong. To have that
Lenny
kind of
was
control
like,
over shit.
Oscar popped 12 million milligrams of that lip juice.
I could
I was like,
fly
what the
Lip,
fuck?
that lit.
Yeah, especially at 40, I'd fucking take a fall and be like, ooh.
I think they have a
Lip juice.
Joining the fray.
being out of shape and trying to do that in front of him.
Like, there's so much liability.
I would like to know the insurance on like city
Lip
playgrounds,
juice.
like the legalities of what they have to be like, you're not suing us.
And is there some stuff that's grandfathered in, like those domes, those iron
Those
domes?
thunder domes?
They're like monkey bar domes.
Those
Like,
are
there's
the
grips
shit.
all around the inside of them and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to know this place in Denver when I was a kid called Big Fun. And it was like a Discovery Zone kind of thing. They had these rubber straps. It was called a spider web. And it was these tight, thick, like that wide, that thick, across, but like dozens of them all the way up. And you would climb through. Disaster. When you fall, you like go through these like straps slapping you in the back of the neck. You would come back with like lacerations on your arm and shit. The most fun ever. And there's zero chance they would do that. Just rubber straps and be like, climb to the top. It was like a good 20 feet long.
You know what they do have still too that I'm kind of shocked they still have? Is those trampoline buildings.
Those
Where
are
you
awesome.
go in them and it's just trampolines everywhere and everyone just bounces from one trampoline to the next one.
Yeah. Dude, this guy, this very funny comic Damien that he's open for me. He used to do slam ball back in the day. And he showed
I remember
me.
slam ball.
Yeah, they brought it back, but now they do it with contact. Or I think you used to be able to do it with contact.
What a wild idea to have basketball with trampolines.
It sounds good on paper, but your knees are like this. Like you land wrong? Oh, yeah. Like it almost. I wonder if it's almost easier to land on a hard floor.
I bet you have to do everything totally different. You have two different things going on. You have trampoline jumping, and then you have running on a court.
Yeah.
You're going back and forth to both of these things.
Dude,
it's probably really
You
hard
don't
to
really
do.
need to know about it.
Go from.
Right?
But is it actually better to see people
Look,
flash
we're
in the
gonna
air
do
like
this
that?
They can
and
be crazy.
dunk?
I mean,
Sounds like
Is
she's
it better?
Baseball for home runs, of course.
yeah. They get to do crazy dunks.
Yeah, but you can't even dribble in the center.
Yeah, you know what?
You're going to have to, though, right? Like, how much traveling happens?
Well, they take as many steps as NBA players do now. That Euro 3-step.
What are you allowed?
It's like, they call it a Euro step. So you're basically allowed, what, 3 steps?
April? Yes. It's you know.
Like you can pick up.
You help us find some. We bring you got him. You release. Broncos don't cancel. We get accepted by the Broncos.
I got here crazy early when I was on my phone in my car watching highlights of the feed on Twitter.
I'm being honest,
They're starting to call him
totally stop thinking about this. I had a lot of
Abdul-Jabbar. He's a white guy from Indiana State. This reporter Matt Ross called him Cream Abdul-Jabbar. He's a white guy from Indiana State. Let me see what his name is. Oh, yeah, he rules. His name's Robbie Avila. He's like, do you see this guy?
To date.
He's got white guy. Just balls out. He's got Indiana. Yeah, I love it. I love a goofy white guy. There he is.
That's him?
Yeah. He's had 35 points last night. He's putting it up. Yeah. This guy could fucking go. He plays like he's playing with kids. Like that's how he kind of looks sometimes. He's right there down on the key. Right there, yeah. Up and in. And he just looks like, if he showed up at the playground,
What's poppin'?
you'd be like, he's probably not that good. And
His
then he
carrots are
just
moldy as
fucks
fuck.
shit up.
You didn't eat your
I love it.
carrots
He's
in
got
time?
those old school Kurt Rambis glasses on.
Yeah.
I love a guy that has Horace Grant up top.
Those glasses.
Oh yeah, it's like Ricky Vaughn in Major League. You can finally see the stripes up. I wonder if he was.
You can really see everything.
Yeah, but look, he can dish.
Wow.
I love a goofy, big white guy that's great at basketball. That's why I love Jokic on the Nuggets so much. He just looks like he should not be good, and he's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, he moves slow in that way where you're like,
But he's precise.
but it's fucking
Larry
nails
Bird.
it. Yeah, Larry Bird, you're
Yeah.
like. And also, Larry Bird is, they say, arguably the greatest shit talker of all time. That he was like other tier level of shit talking.
He would apparently show up to, like, remember when they had those free throw competitions? He said, who's coming in second?
Oh yeah, he said that at the All-Star game for the 3-point competition. He goes, who's going to be in second place? There was one, and I don't really know how true the story is, but List, Joe List is a huge Celtics fan, huge Boston sports guy. He told me a story that Larry Bird it was like the '86 season, and he was lined up on a guy, and Larry Bird hit 3 shots in a row. They call it timeout, and he comes back on the court and he tells the guy, he goes, "Can you believe they're gonna give the ball to McHale?
Nigga.
He scored 6 straight points on you, and they're giving the ball to McHale." The guy went, "What?" And then the play happens, and McHale scored, and the Bird looked at him and goes, "I told you." Like, he's just so good. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not getting the ball." He's like, he got so good to be able to fuck it. Really?
He's like, "You're supposed to be over here."
That's wild.
Hey, move. Like,
Yeah.
He knows what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
Basketball knowledge is so far above everybody else.
Dude, what's crazy I love is in sports where someone calls something out in the middle of the play. There's 2 examples in the NFL that I know where Peyton Manning gets mad at his tackle for missing a block, and he's running. He's doing when he's on the Colts, and you can hear him go, "God damn it!" he yells the guy's name in the middle of the play. It still has the play done, but he in the middle of the play goes like, "You fucked up," and screams it out. It's fucking hilarious.
One of the best versions of that.
Yeah.
Matt Holloway was fighting Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
And he told Brian Ortega he's gonna block like this. He puts his hand up to help him block. In the middle of beating his ass, he takes his hand. He goes, "Put your hand right here."
I mean, dude, that
Watch.
moment.
You need to see this. Watch. Look. Watch this. Look. See, he's teaching him how to do it.
So
Say,
funny.
look. The technique. Look, see? Watch this. Look at this, man. Oh, put your hand there.
He did the demonstration.
Yeah.
I won't even do it to you.
And then he beats his ass more. He's just such a nice guy.
Wild. That was like when Khabib got Conor in the corner and was talking to him.
Yeah.
Let's
talk now.
Let's talk now.
Let's talk now.
You're like, just get your elbows hammered on you, and you're like, it's fucking wild.
Wild. It's a wild sport, man.
Yeah, those guys are badasses. That's why.
Real. Yeah, that's a different kind of human being.
Yeah.
Kind of human being that can do that successfully.
Yeah. And make it.
Yes, yes, it's incredibly impressive.
You excited?
Supervised seems to be some we're talking blue Megamind type stuff.
Okay.
It's knocking off
Anthony was
insanely
a
high
special forces guy
state of the art, incredibly expensive, and he's on
a straight up.
Ever since
I mean, he looked that chest tattoo is fucking tough.
There was one of the fights that I called. And he starts talking about, "I like America. You helped us out during World War II.
Thank you very much for bringing us back."
He's talking
This
about
at the Chow
America
Chow.
as like military.
They must because this was Chow Chow was our these guys in there.
Yeah.
For Sharon,
That's a problem.
Bronson,
You gotta be made to be better as a soldier.
they
I think he already had a judo
That's a
background.
lot of ladies.
But
A little better than all.
He's 13. I saw his record. He's 13-1. The God of War.
yeah,
That's badass. As a fan of God of War, that's badass.
I think he was I'm pretty sure his fight lost. Very good. And he's calculated. He doesn't have any. He's very good on the ground. He's very good standing up. He's just good at
I hope one day in the future they make rated R.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they actually be chopping dudes up and shit.
Make a horror.
Because they got
solid
what?
fighters
Make a horror
to
one like how they're
the
trying to
top
make
of the
like
heap,
all
Dustin
the
Poirier.
horror
The guy
like
who's been,
Disney shit.
interim champion. It's a different
like-
level.
They
And
made that
for
horror
Justin
Winnie
to
the Pooh.
accept that fight, it's a big.
Oh yeah, that shit was trash though. I'm just talking like a.
Paid a lot of money to do that because that's crazy. Saint Denis favored. Over
Like they
Dustin
use
Poirier.
like Leonardo
Dustin Poirier
uses
was fought
fucking samurai swords, Michelangelo uses nunchucks, Dante
The guy
uses
beats
stick.
Connor twice, and he's
Raph
still the
uses
underdog
I don't
against
know what they're
Saint
called,
Denis.
but
That's how scary that dude
Those
is.
daggers.
Michael Page is fighting.
yeah, type shit.
Hall and Michael Page is fun. I know Michael
But like they
Page
could be
from
stabbing and
Resident
slicing
Evil.
dudes and
He's
shit, but
fun.
they're not. They don't ever do
real
none of that. You know?
That's a real fight because Kevin Holland is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
He's fucking.
They just be
dangerous.
beating him
He's
up,
got a
beating him
lot
to
of
shit.
MMA experience, a lot, and he's very good on the ground, and he's got ridiculous one-punch power.
Yeah.
And that's also a welterweight fight where Kevin, I think, is at his most dangerous. 170, Kevin is so.
Yeah, I was about to put up some carrots and I look,
spinning back
the
elbows
fucking
and
thing's still
shit.
open
Like,
and
I
it's
know
like
Michael
all
Page
moldy.
from
Like,
watching
bruh.
like his highlights.
If you go to
Your carrots are
Michael
all of
Venom
them.
Page before he was ever an MMA fighter. Was
Dang, you
a
didn't eat 'em
high-level
fast
karate
enough.
point fighter.
I'm like, who didn't
And I
close?
was
I
always
mean, usually they
wondering,
last a while,
like,
but they just, I
when
mean, they
are
have
those
fucking mold on
guys
them,
going
so
to make their
nobody
way
closed
into
the,
MMA? Because we had this one guy, Raymond Daniels,
Yeah.
who was also an opponent of Michael Venom Page in
Bro,
the karate thing.
I don't know.
But there's a video you can watch.
Like, they were in a bag and nobody
Right,
closed the
what's
fuck
the-
bag.
those guys at
Oh,
that,
damn.
those high-level karate guys can move in and out very fast.
Is that what their like superpower you would say?
I think Wills
Is
is
just like
doing family time today.
crazy in and out and
Usually he's
nail
always like,
shit.
hop on,
They
nigga,
can cover
hop on,
distance
nigga.
much faster than everybody else.
Who,
'cause
Will?
Their game is all about touching you once.
Yeah, he's probably
So it's just
with
it's,
Eve
it's
and
like
his daughter.
you're playing a game of
Yeah.
karate tag.
Yeah,
It's probably the
karate tag
safest.
is the
No, it
funniest name to call it though.
It kind of is like that.
Like to make it sound safer, you go, you want to play karate tag? You just get kicked in the fucking head.
Yeah, but you don't. Most of the times, guys don't even get knocked down. You just get touched. You know,
My
it's a
dad
lot
left
of
the
like
fucking
this.
his
They
room
just-
light on last
and
night,
then when someone does
or before we
touch,
went to
make
work yesterday.
contact, they separate and they call a point. Now it's based on the very ludicrous notion that one
My mom
strike
came in my
kills
room this
someone.
morning.
So you wouldn't want to be hitting anybody more than once.
Yeah, you can do one hitter quitter shit.
Yeah, so this is like based,
Electric
you know,
Bill's
this started
high.
these tournaments based on that idea a long ass time ago. And they keep doing them that way, but the skill.
But I
that you
do
get from
kind of
that is the
sometimes like
ability
sitting with
to
my light on,
distance
so
and
I
hit
say,
someone.
alright.
Isn't that crazy? That was a 720 degree wheel kick. Look at this.
Be on my phone, I'd
If you're
crash out.
in a street fight, right, and you see a guy take a karate stance,
Yeah.
there is a chance he's gonna hit you with one of those.
Most likely.
That's a one hitter.
Yeah.
You take that shot.
But if you're a wrestler, you go, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. You're gonna kick me. Okay, let me time this.
Then I'll just.
Yeah, I'm gonna tackle you on the concrete like this.
That's why that Dagestini and wrestling thing.
Wrestling is the #1 foundation of all martial arts. I think if you don't know how to wrestle, you can't fight. Even the high-level kickboxers like Yokoga. Go! You go.
You hear that?
Guys like
You hear that shit, one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing you heard?
How are they? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
New York, I see New York
Look, look, look.
Yeah, dude, he didn't even let him have a shot. That was fun to watch.
Randy was actually nice. He could have pushed it. He could have like proven the point and stayed on.
He just did that to the top guy that could wrestle. Guys that could wrestle. Like, it was like watching someone fight a shark and get brought into the water. And you were like, "Geez, guys."
Hopefully it's quick. You just alright, just up there.
You're just so good. The guys at the top level are like,
I mean, to be fair, I don't love rats.
Understandable. Yeah, but just wait here, okay? We'll be back.
yeah.
And there's a cockroach surfing on a turd. Awesome. Good.
London? Or
Love that.
I remember watching. Why do I remember watching it in the afternoon? But I remember watching that. You're like,
Yerg,
Justin
yerg.
Gage. Was that the last fight? Gagey was the last fight.
Yeah, keep scaring us. And your balloons.
I think he tried something.
Look, I'm not stupid. I know something. You do? I do. Done with the soup. One of you either.
You probably know more than I do. I
I'm
just
wasting
remember
your stuff. And the
we
fucking who
were in Philadelphia during the day, and they're like, "We'll put the fight on here."
The story was that he actually liked
I brought the human world to you. Look! Human friends! Hello, human! Say hi to Grace! I'm pretty fine. Look at my eyebrow! I'm the best! Amazing! And lunch! I'm a waiter! The full human restaurant is here! Sit down! Let me give you order. It could be anything, but it has to be pizza. I have pizza, right? Look, we appreciate it. We still got more errands to run. Excuse me. What are you doing up there? Don't lie, tell me. Are you in trouble? There's something wrong?
It was the whole key to that. He was in full
Yo, why do you always go straight to milking?
Yeah, that's the problem with playing guard pick.
Right here, right, and then he just switches over, goes over, and now he's just got his back.
Yeah,
And
and
he's like,
also Dustin needs to take a break because he just exerted an insane amount of energy trying to close the deal. So when you're trying to close the deal on a guillotine, your whole body is involved.
Yeah.
And you're arcing into it, and you know, and he didn't.
and then he's just,
He didn't have that leg. If he had that right leg open, and that's why Khabib, that was his #1 priority. Wasn't even defending the belt. You notice the #1 priority is moving over that right leg.
yeah, got over it.
As soon as someone has a guillotine like Dustin does, and they have 2 legs, and you're really trapped, it might be night-night.
Yeah.
It might be night-night because they're pulling down on your lower back, and then they're up on your neck, twisting it to the side.
I'd be trying to talk.
And you can't even get hands involved. You're just fucks, Bill.
That was what I was saying last night. When you get choked, it changes your voice. You're
Oh
like,
my god, you motherfuckers, man.
It's almost a tragedy that he never wants to fight.
because he doesn't, right? It was like the promise he made his dad.
It's beautiful. He's made his mother. He's
Yeah.
gonna have one more fight, and that was gonna be it. And it's beautiful. Like that's a great way to go out.
And
Go
now he's
out-
just a badass coach.
Yep, and he'll be one of the greatest coaches of all time. And he'll go out as, without a doubt, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
One of the greatest
Pound
to ever
for
do it.
pound.
If not the best ever, he's definitely in the argument. There's the
Yeah,
argument
until you realize
Mighty
he's
Mouse,
got a
who's always
Bebop
had a
and
special place
Rocksteady.
in my heart for when he
They
was
got
in
Bebop and
when he was in
Rocksteady
his
on
prime,
here, bro.
Mighty Mouse was a motherfucker to watch. He would do shit that no one could do. He would do shit where he would throw a guy into the
These
air,
motherfuckers piss me
suplex
off.
him,
Bebop
and then
and
catch an armbar in the
Rocksteady.
middle of him being in the air.
I just saw that clip.
And finish it on the ground.
I just
They're
saw that
jamming out
flying
to
armbar.
fucking
There's not a
Gucci Mane
champion
and Bruno
alive.
Mars.
That can do that the way Mighty Mouse does.
Yeah, you like toss the guy in the air and then on his way down threw him in an armbar.
Bro, when he fought Henry Cejudo the first time, it was a masterclass. It was a masterclass. He put Henry away.
Gucci.
This is his last fight. That was the fight with the fly. That's a great fight too, though. Show that KO, because it's a flying knee. And this is a guy who had knocked him out in the previous
Making
fight.
potatoes.
So check this out. Look at this combination. Look at that fucking
Bam.
timing, dude.
Dude, the
That's-
head.
And walk away.
Oh
walk
my
away.
God.
Look at that timing,
Oh
man.
my God! When you're watching this cage side and
Oh.
you see a guy like Mighty Mouse do some
Yes.
wild shit,
Yeah.
are you just like,
Blown
as
away.
a fan of the sport, you're calling it, but you're just like, does it take your brain a little bit to process? Like, what the
It's
fuck
so
did I just
magical.
watch?
It's so magical. It's like I know how hard it is to move that way. So when I see a dude who can move the way he does, I'm like,
Yeah.
that is so fucking beautiful. So for someone who does
There
martial
it is.
arts, yeah, look at this.
Flying
so
armbar.
This is against Ray Borg. So in the middle of the suplex, he catches the arm before the dude hits the ground.
Oh, that's what it is.
Before the dude
My
hits the
dad
ground, he
backs
caught
to
the
stop.
arm.
He's
And then he
fucking
swings
dumped the
over.
who's down the track,
Yeah,
baby.
now he's having fun here.
Because
He's
Yeah.
having fun. For him to do this, he's like, I'm gonna show off. You know,
Dude, this
Demetrius,
does not
he's a
look
fun
good.
dude. He plays a lot of video
This does
games,
not look
streams,
good
stuff.
for
He's a
Dude,
really
Seth
sweetheart of
Rogen
a
is
guy. You would never
Bebop,
imagine
John
he'd be that
Cena's
good.
Yeah, German suplex
people
Ice
into
Cube
a
is
fucking
super
yeah,
fun.
WWE movie.
This shit is fucking
And
hilarious.
this was a fight that he was just lighting his dude up. Like he was just lighting his dude up.
Booty
He's-
dupes.
I maintain that he is the finest expression of martial arts
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
because it's
This is
It's it's just he didn't have the
Electric
competition,
stove?
and the men aren't as big.
Haha,
But
maybe
if
that's
he
why
was
it's like
welterweight,
things like
he would be
making
no
food.
question the greatest of all time. No question.
He was making food?
So good, dude.
I'm making
Yeah.
food.
You
I
gotta
know.
look at them when they're in this
The chef.
window of time,
Oh.
and sometimes it's just a few years where
Chef Breezy.
they're accomplishing things in a way that is so extraordinary.
Chef
I've
Breezy.
never seen anybody better.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Mighty Mouse when he was in his prime. And then the other one that's like that is Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, when he was in his prime.
all the defenses, the title defenses, that run.
It was the way he was doing it too, man. It was like he was operating at a different speed than them. He was processing things with a 2024 computer, and they were
the
using
way-
some Windows 95.
Yeah, the way he would dodge punches all the time. And then I also love, he was part of the reason I wrote that joke about translators in the ring afterwards, because his voice was so soft, and he was like, just in Portuguese, and then you're like, Anderson says he'll kill all comers. And anyone, and you're like, but his voice is so sweet. His voice was like,
when he beat Rich Franklin to win the title.
Yeah,
Ace.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude,
Ace
these guys are
Rich,
supposed to
Rich
be
Ace
like
because he looked like Ace Ventura.
getting this villain, but they're hanging out with him
I
and
just took a
fucking
ton of mushrooms
bullshitting
and watched
with him
UFC.
and everything. Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to watch on mushrooms.
Oh, dude,
Right,
it
did
was,
you know Post
dude, I got
Malone is
robbed,
one of the characters
when I
as
lived
well?
in Tucson.
Is he?
Yeah, and Paul Rudd
And I got
is
fucking
also a character.
hog-tied,
Paul
like,
Crud.
gone, 45 on the
Paul
head.
Crud ass
cleaned out.
dude.
I did the whole story on Ari's. It was the season Ari got fired, but this is not happening. But I lived with a weed guy, and we got set up, and I was just a roommate. I was just, not hard. I had to pretend that it was harder because the guy was like smaller than me, so I had to pretend that he really fucked my shit up when really he just kind of dinked me. And then he was a pro. Like he had a army duffel bag, zip ties, like had like a real gun, like I had a cheap one.
One guy?
It was two guys. Got both me and my roommate, and they knew we were college kids.
Both guys.
Oh yeah, hammers, dude. 45s, I think. I think both of them had 45 caliber. Like he was tapping it on my head, being like, "You're gonna fucking die, white boy. Where's the fucking money?" And you're like, "I don't fucking know." And then, so I got robbed, and then I got out of it or whatever. I was fine. I wasn't physically hurt. They took my car, which had 6 loads of laundry in it. That's how wearing a bathing suit as underwear for 3 days. So I was sober up. I couldn't afford anything. My CD booklet, yeah, cleaned out. That's what happened in Tucson. This all happened in Tucson. They called me. I got in the car, and I was like, "This is my cocktail." I was at a bar, and Tucson police called me. They go, "We found your car." And I go, "Is the CD booklet in it?" And the guy goes, "No." I was like, "You let me find your fucking car."
That's the thing. We used to carry CD books in our car. I had a zip one.
That's
I had a
what I had.
zipper one with multiple
250s.
pages.
Dude, I had pages of bands.
Shit.
I had a whole Soundgarden page.
yeah.
I had a whole Nirvana page with the beach, all the way to fucking dude. And you'd keep the CD thing for inside, so it looked professional. Dude, I had a banger of a CD booklet that got taken. But then that night, they just like, I won't own my weed. But we went to my buddy Sunder's house, and I took like probably 3.5, close to 4 grams. And I was practically sober, and we watched the first season of The Ultimate. And we had it on like, no, this was at night, but it was like hyping me up where I was like, maybe I was on mushrooms, so I was like, maybe I would have pulled shit. But I was like, oh, and then we watched that till like 5 in the morning, but I was like, watched it, I was like, watching UFC on mushrooms. I thought it was just cool, so we did it a couple more times. And it was like Lesnar, Shane, I was like, to the atmosphere. Yeah, that we watched it. I wasn't on mushrooms. I was drunk at Hooters with Lewis. I was drunk at a Midtown Hooters with Lewis because I was yelling out Aurora, and then fucking Shane Carl was off. I was like, because he gassed. He gassed out. That was it. Because he wobbled.
He was on top of me. Raining bombs down. A lot of referees would have stopped that. Yeah.
We wish there was another way to
the
say
end the first round with Brock Lesnar and Shane.
People say that's good. Slave, turn. Maybe they'll become a form of entertainment.
Really?
Yeah. You know how they do it?
Because I remember when Brock came to the UFC, they were like, they had to make his gloves better.
Change your business.
Really?
Bro, Shane's hands were like, they were like canned guys.
Wow.
Like people forgot about him, like in his prime. He could put anybody to sleep with like a 6-inch punch. He was so fucking dangerous. And he was a really good wrestler.
Yeah. In Colorado. Was he in the Greg Jackson gym? They called him?
Well, I know he's out of Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is at the point where he got gassed.
Yeah, this is at the point. This is when you go back to no, I'm at the end of the first part. This is it. So you go a little bit before that to have his place. Because like he stuns them on the feet. Standing up there.
We're actually
I don't know. So
God, listen.
just get something. We're not in.
There's the uppercut. Look at that uppercut. That uppercut was nasty.
Yeah, just hypothetically speaking, obviously. That would be.
Bro, Shane was so dangerous. So dangerous.
I thought it was over right there.
It could have been over right here with a lot of referees.
Dude, this fucking scared.
There has to be a feeling where you have Brock Lesnar and then you don't, and you go like, fuck.
Like, look at this. Look how close this is.
Dude, this fucking.
And this goes on for a while. The thing is, Shane right now is
50%, 40% shit.
He thinks he's got the
He's there. He's at the end. That's what he thinks.
Yeah. This goes on for a while, dude.
Dude,
It keeps going on. Look at this. Big shots. Like right there, stop the fight. Right there, you can stop the fight. But Brock is still pushing him off, but he's not really effectively defending himself.
I'm young Criv.
Like many
Young
referees
Criveter.
have been like, I've seen enough. Like right here, the blood spraying. Many referees.
Damn.
But no.
I don't remember this fight that well. I just remember that Shane gasped.
Yep.
Hey, dude!
Oh my god, that feeling of having someone almost knocked out and they don't call it.
But it gets worse.
That's not
Look.
it.
It gets worse. So now he gets, I think he fully mounts him at one point in time. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is big, dude. These are big fucking shots. That's a big elbow.
Yeah.
But he's tired. You can see him breathing heavy.
Yeah.
But now he's just looking for one big shot.
I mean, dude, the way he has him, I've never seen.
I mean, he's beating the fuck out of Brock here. But now, those aren't effective.
Yeah.
Booty
But
dip.
the referee could stop the fight, man. This is fucking close. This is one of those things where like, the guy is getting beat up so bad, you could make an argument for stopping it. Look at all the blood, but Brock is fighting back. Shane gets on top of him again. Brock can't get up, right? He's getting mauled here.
No, but Brock's saving energy doing this, right? Like, he's not.
Well, I mean, he clearly had the better gas tanks. He made it out of this, and then the second round, he was fresh, and Shane was done.
Yeah.
Like, Shane right now is done.
Yeah.
He's done. He's so tired. You have to understand how he has nothing in his arms.
He just exerted everything.
He emptied the tank.
Have you ever seen a fight where a guy does
Oh,
that
oh,
and
right
then
here.
wins by using his legs or something?
Most of the time when guys empty the tank that bad, they can't recover.
So it's just, they're done on everything.
And so look, Brock is scrambling at the end of the round, and he's getting back up.
And now he's up.
Now he's up.
Damn, dude. If someone stands up like that, especially a Brock Lesnar against you, you go like, fuck.
And Shane is kind of breaking here. Like, he's really tired. Like, look at him breathing. He's just trying to figure out a way to recover, and Brock's not going to let him recover. Because if he's defending constantly, then he's still breathing heavily, and then he's not going to be able to get his win back. Because this isn't just like, it seems like no one's doing anything, but he's got to fight Brock off of that overhook. He's got to do something to like keep him. Right now he's not doing shit. Right now he's just hanging on.
Damn.
And Brock is catching his breath too. So Shane doesn't even have his hands clasped. Dude. He's literally not. He's not digging that overhook. He's really needing a break here. So, and Brock knows this too. So Brock recognizes that he's exhausted. So Brock knows probably also that this is the end of the round, and he's going to make it out of this. And so then when he comes into the second round, he knows this dude's toast. Because there's a level that you get to where you're so exhausted, like you're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So here's the second round.
Do you think when he sits down, or when he comes back out right here, he's like, ah, fuck.
Yep.
Oh, you can see him breathing.
Yeah, he's already exhausted.
What
And
up?
Brock looks way
Hello!
Set it up. Look for the moment.
Yep.
But he kind of knows that Shane's toast right here. Then he
There's
eventually
a lot of British people on this game.
And if I piggyback off your second drop for your
Oh,
round,
fucking
Where I would,
Brits.
you just
There,
want
huh?
to be like,
What's up, lads?
I'm just fucking.
You're like,
Look, they're like,
what's up,
telling
Mike?
you, like, get the
What's
fuck
up, Mike?
over there. Oh.
This is good for both of them too. It
What's
gives
up,
them
Philly?
swung in there.
Do you think it's similar in any way, like being
What's up, Mike?
out of your depth where you're just like, fuck, I'm done. I thought this was it.
Look, guys.
There's a shot.
Yeah, so he's just out.
Puff Beard the Dread.
Forgot I was muted.
See how his hand is right there?
Yeah.
What he really needs to do is what's called answering the phone. You put your hand in between Brock's head and your ear so you tapped. He's done. The defense, and it's not the best defense, but it's the only thing you have, is to get your hand like this.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Because if they just have
Hello.
this like completely locked up,
Yeah.
you gotta get a little bit of space.
Future President Brock.
Hello, lad.
Hello.
Isn't that in Idiocracy?
Yeah, it is.
See,
Former
Forrest.
WWF champion.
Hey,
Yeah, there would absolutely be
Nothing anymore.
Idiocracy.
I just watched
I'm making
Idiocracy
potatoes.
the other day. It fucking holds up.
It's Mike Judge. By the way, Office Space still holds up. It all
One of
holds
the
up.
greatest movies of all time.
Beavis and Butthead, still funny.
Amazing.
King of the Hill, everything you guys have.
Beavis and Butthead. First movie in California.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait for Beavis and Butthead. Funny so much help.
There's great music
Cornholio.
Folded, buddy.
Cornholio when you have too much sugar.
You photo bunny, didn't it?
Fitted, buddy.
Dude, I was in middle school, and it was like everybody was doing Beavis and Butthead impressions. It was like that, where they're like, you just hear the weird kid in the back.
You by yourself, too. I'm careful.
And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Dude, the movie was great. Beavis and Butthead Through America.
Let me see what he does. He gets too much syrup. He's just drinking all the soda.
Charger.
Yeah. I love it. I remember going to see the movie like waiting, like getting friends together and be like Friday.
Like I
Friday night we're gonna go see Beavis and Butthead Yeah, they're doing New Orleans. Because they watch TikToks down there. Now they don't watch music videos. They watch like what we watch and make fun of social media, like that poem. They would like watch that. It was great. Yeah.
What's it on?
Paramount Plus. Go watch it.
Nah.
South Park is doing a bunch of stuff
Yeah, Paramount Plus has some good shit.
I'm gonna split off over with C1. Run around and do it.
This is a happy thing because we're gonna kill.
I think there's 2 episodes out right now. I'm gonna watch it tonight. After Trolls.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
On top.
I'm very excited. This looks awesome. Oh, it is?
Nice. I want to shake your hand.
I love FX does random shit.
Hey, it's Brad. Man, I had a book. Right now,
The Shield was very good. Michael
Blood
Chiklis
Meth.
or whatever.
Yeah, so Shogun, American Historical Drama Limited Series created by
Die.
Rachel Kondo and Justin Marks based on the 1975 novel of the same name by James Clavell. The novel was previously adapted into a 1980 limited series.
Yeah.
Click on the next page.
Don't get.
Yeah, boy.
This was
H3, get out.
Brendan Chamberlain. That's right.
He's like an elected Japanese guys.
No, he's a white guy. He's supposed to be a white guy living with the Shogun.
Like,
Exactly. So basically,
No!
This is it, guys. Good night. At the lab. Can't believe people just
instantly.
Man, great story. Boys gives you the last part of
You
the
have no honor.
Yeah.
Because you're a dick.
I definitely will give that a read. Oh, so many regrets. I wish I could have tried, bro. You know, you could have. I know. And I would.
Oh, shit.
I guess we can sing. Yeah, we can do some songs. Down. Ready? Smooth.
One of the only successful cultures that fought off.
Damn.
I mean, you're talking about games video
Got some key samples.
Invasion of Tsushima Island by the Mongols, and you learned 4 different sword styles, and all of your sword styles to play. Dude, I played this game, I want to say 3 or 4 times completely.
Got in so much trouble right now. Oh, is that
And it's
so
open
red
world,
too?
so you ride around and you duel Mongols. You can change the difficulty. Yeah, you can change the difficulty level. That's awesome. You go around, you get armor.
Oh,
you
dang.
learn how to duel, but you start off
Dude's a
after
savage.
you lose the invasion. And then
This is the actual game, or this is
this is the
the
game. This is the cutscene. But then that's the real game. That's what it looks like when you're riding through it. It's unbelievable. Jin Sakai.
So you can stumble upon a camp.
That's what it is. And then you sneak attack. Right there, they have. This is what you do. So you can do multiple assassinations. Dude, it's anyone I've ever told to play this game comes back and they're like, that's fucking unbelievable. Ghost of Tsushima rules.
Oh my god.
And they said they're due for a sequel because this came out a couple years ago.
Flaming arrows.
It's unbelievable. You do so much shit that you're like, this is the coolest thing. And then you have one-on-one sword fights with Ronins and shit. Like your best friend is a
Push it
Ronin,
to the limit.
and you have to fight him in an awesome sword, like big sword duels. It's awesome. And your uncle is
Yeah, you
kind of like runs it, you know.
sounds pretty
And you
far.
have to either you
Push
choose
it to the limit.
It's fucking rules, dude.
Dun,
Bro,
dun,
you're just on
dun,
this shit
dun.
over
In my
here.
top 3 video games.
Push
Well,
it to the
they're movies that you play
limit.
now.
And
Like,
they're more
Right, Warren?
than movies, 'cause you're a player.
You be
Like
pushing it
Last
to
of
the
Us.
limit, don't you?
Yeah.
The knock was it's like it's not as good as the game. Like you play Last of
You
Us,
already-
you're in that.
You
Or
already.
like God of War, they'll never make it into a movie, but you played it as a game. You're like, this is so fucking fun. You just get into shit. Spider-Man 2, the video game, is better than. I'm a nerd, Joe. I'm a junkie.
California man arrested after sniffing woman behind that Barnes and Noble.
Spider-Man 2 is better
After
than
what?
any Spider-Man. The video game is better than
California
any
man
Spider-Man
arrested
movie.
after sniffing women's behind at Barnes and Noble.
Damn, slipping grass.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Yeah, boy, if he don't, if he don't sniff another one's, I'm gonna sniff his.
So I just make fun of that.
Yo,
Shane and I used to do
what
this
up?
thing. Yeah,
This
look
is the
at this.
actual gameplay.
That's a cutscene. Yeah, that's where you fight him.
He was sniffing bitches' behind.
Does he have magic?
He was sniffing
Yeah, it's
them.
all about this.
Oh,
shit.
Titan.
You just have to fight against Odin and everyone of like.
Some
all
shit
four
Warren be doing.
And they find out that you're a former Greek god.
Oh.
It's awesome. It fucking rules. With Red Dead
So
Redemption
Latin.
2 came out. Shane and I were going on the road. We were taking shit on the road. And we would do this. He would joke that I'm such a nice guy. He's like, "What's your demons? Like, what do you do?" And I was like, "It'd be funny."
Buzz the Lightyear, Jordan 4. Fuck out of here.
So Shane and I would do a running bit where we would do a homeless guy being like,
Buzz the Lightyear. Don't act like you don't see this post.
What are you doing? Shane and I would do that for
Something stupid.
weeks. And then I was out of the country and Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and I just got this voicemail from Shane that was so excited. He was like, "Dude, have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet?" No, I'm not home yet. And he goes, "Arthur Morgan is our homeless jerk-off voice." So the main character of the voice is a guy going like, "Well, are you there?" You know, we're like, "Dude, that is our homeless jerk-off voice." Oh, shit, y'all. Hey, mister. That game
Another
rules.
game you can do wild shit to people.
Wild shit. By the way, it's a game you can play 4 or 5 times and not find all the stuff. Like they put that much work into it. Where they're like, no, this is layered. You can go on treasure hunts and shit that you would never find unless you like.
Do straight dip.
Do y'all ever wonder if you're like killing too much time doing this stuff?
All the time, dude. All the time.
Does it give you anxiety?
Yeah, but I also level it by like, all right, if I'm gonna spend 30
Gosh.
minutes writing jokes, then I can play like video games. Because I'm high. What else am I gonna fucking do?
Well, that's good.
I want to quit drinking my video games when there's the time. Because honestly, like 1 in the morning, I'll hang out at 7 till 1. And then I'm like, yeah, I want to go smoke a fat bowl and play fucking Ghost of Tsushima.
So
That's the new Grand Theft
like,
Auto.
think about the pleasures of that kind of thing. People that their lives suck, but their video game lives are awesome.
I'll be back. I'm gonna cook this food and shit. Munch out, but I'll be back.
Post-nut syndrome. You just
Wipe it off your belly and you're like, I was a Greek god fighting. Yeah, I fought Thor. But it is, they do incredible. That's why it's like it's moving away from movies and shit where you're like, yeah, Spider-Man movies are really cool. But when you're flying around New York City and you gotta go fight fucking Venom, you're like, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and then they're gonna.
But you're right, it is. Yeah, it's drugs. Heavy dough.
Yo, I don't think I'll ever be able to grow like a thick ass beard.
When I get to my hotel in San Antonio.
Dan Soder, you're the man.
Breathe, dog, you got a beard?
Appreciate you. You're always fun.
I'm excited to work Mothership this
Yes,
weekend.
I'm excited.
Oh, he went to go eat some fruit.
And then tell everybody your social, all that stuff.
Got a new special out on YouTube called On the Road.
There's two battle types.
Alright,
March 1st, which is I think today, but
warned you.
Where's it come?
It's like on everything.
Yeah, can you hear me?
YouTube channel. I got a podcast
Yeah.
called Soder.
He said, I said that he went to go eat some fruit.
for an hour. Yeah, man, and I'm on the road.
Have you ever been able to grow a beard though, Warren?
Hell yeah.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Bye,
Oh,
everybody.
big ass one, dude.
Lucky some bitch.
Three battle types. Three
Fat
battle
body
types.
ass one too.
Nice.
Damn, lucky some bitch.
Yo, C1, you got a radio? Like a railgun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Throw me on top throw me on top of them. Yeah, reinforcement.
Who else is from there? Alan Joban is down there now. He's real Joban. He's real Cajun. Yeah. He's another. He's a handsome type. God. He's a model.
No way.
Yeah. And then he's modeling against Calvin
Oh, fuck.
Bro, pick up that. It's like, if I were that good, I don't think I would have got in the ring, you know?
I mean, what I would say is a pretty easy one to look out for is you try. I mean, I used to be fashion when I was younger, but I think it's just
Yeah, I thought there would be, because there's Maori, and there's,
the islanders as well, like the Samoans and Tongans.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, I had to go around the block, get around one guy.
Nah, but
there was who else? Yeah, there's not a lot of like, I guess what most of the universe would probably consider black too. Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah. There's like 10 chargers right there, dude. We can't get this guys. I think we should just go extract. Unless we're gonna pick something worth.
Yeah, so it
definitely. Even when I went back to the creek I used to play at.
Oh yeah, I saw those kids. They were amped up.
Whoa! And I'm like, yeah, bro, I used to play on this creek because my house was literally right there, and I'm surprised it's still there. It was beautiful. But again, one of the only black kids, so people didn't understand, so they pick on me. But my way of getting around that was dancing. Dance was my way I got my like street cred.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Cool, like, because one thing I learned a lot is that you're such an you like to be an entertainer. You just love it. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah, because I think for me early on it was just to get people to like me.
Yeah.
That's back in Nigeria or when I lived in Ghana for a week, it was just my way of expressing myself. And I realized that I can't.
Calling out strike.
I try to make people like me just so I can fit in.
Oh yeah. Especially if nobody's telling you how to do it. That's so important.
I try and tell them, like, I try and be honest with them.
Reinforcements!
Yo, C1, you got a railgun call down?
Yeah, appreciate that.
Requesting advanced weaponry!
Don't make their own mistakes.
Appreciate you.
Reloading! Last reload!
Yeah, I think when I was a kid, I wish somebody just would have given me a little more information about what was going on. I was making up all my own rules in my head, and so then I created this own universe and checks and balances, you know? Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. Do you love firing on sports? Well, Prize Picks.
Yo, Warren.
Daily fantasy sports app.
You heard of this guy Mo Frost?
Fire on all your favorite sports, like the NBA, NHL, UFC, and instead of choosing teams, you choose individual players. This is what I really love about Prize Picks. Each player has a set projection, and you either choose more or less than that set projection. For example, if you believe that Connor McDavid is going to score more than half a goal, and Duncan Robinson is going to score less than 21 points, then those can be your choices. If you're smart with sports and you know what players are going to perform on what nights, Prize Picks is the best app for you. Download the app and use code THEO. Prize Picks will match your deposit up to $100. You want more from delivery? Well, you can get it with the Dash Pass by DoorDash. Dash Pass is the most affordable way to get anything in your
Dude, I swear, like,
your door.
I feel like some people's, like, I know I'm not fucking the best looking or anything, right? Like,
Dash
but
Pass is what I want to recommend.
I would literally blow my fucking head off if I looked like some people, bro. And then they go around posting pictures, like, trying to make themselves look good, and it just makes them look worse. And it's like, it's cringeworthy. It, like, makes me want to blow my fucking head off. Like,
get more from delivery.
if I was any like, here's the thing, like, I think if I was any bit, like, uglier in any way, I would blow my head off.
Up to a $10 value when you spend $12 or more after signing up for Dash Pass.
You know?
Subject to change.
Or that dude scream, like,
You would think you look fine.
Yeah, like, what was it like in the
right? Like, they think, like, oh, like, you know how, like, we're, like, ego-wise, we're all our main character, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they're ugly to us, but they look good to them. Like, they're the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, there's some people who are like, yeah, I'm ugly and I know I'm ugly. But then there's those ugly ones that think they look good for themselves. And it's like, bro, I hope that never, like, becomes me, you know? Like, I hope I've never posted a picture trying to look good and then someone's like, dude, this guy's ugly trying to look good.
Moving to New Zealand, when my mom became a nurse, she was a nurse.
Like, that would suck ass.
I would let her sleep. And the thing was, me and him would go to the bank between 4 a.m. This is in the war.
Calm down.
That sounds like a thoughtful guy, huh?
Yeah, my dad. Oh, my dad's the best. Well, my dad is a real G.
Body ass dog.
He's one of the coolest guys.
Face body ass.
He's just a mathematical.
Bitch is fucking squealing.
Contract type of business gangster, you know. I've said this before. Look, you know, rest in peace to Khabib's dad. He was in his corner and fighting. Michael Jordan and his dad on the court. So was Steph Curry, a lot of other guys.
It's someone here.
But my dad.
So press the buttons.
Said this again.
Press the buttons, he says.
The UFC knows what I got paid, or what I get paid, but they don't know what I'm worth.
Somebody press the buttons.
Because my dad is a chartered accountant by
Cutters.
Every time I had, I think I came back when I lived there. I came back with 6 figures or 5 figures, high 5 figures, and then he tried to help me invest it. And I was like, I don't know, like, really, all I realize every time I don't listen to the job, I go broke. It's just like listening to it. So as soon as I got first thing we did, buy my first house. And then now
About to roll the door.
it's going crazy. But again, that's thanks to my dad. How much would you rather have in the corner than interest? Without him, I would have been ripped off so many times, man. Because people, it's just in their nature. They take advantage. And then they see like, oh, this guy's not even paying attention. You didn't sign that contract? You didn't.
Here.
I don't sign shit without my post.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're with going?
Send it back with
Yeah,
I lighted
Wizon.
bits to mend that.
You're Wizon. Donations, cash app,
you
Warren
feel like you
Ricketts.
trust somebody else more than you would trust your own.
Make sure you go fill that boy
It's weird.
cash
I don't
app
know why
up.
that is. I don't know if it's because you grew up with them, we're familiar with them. Yeah, you want to branch out. You're like, I
All
can do
you
this
rich
myself.
viewers out there. Make sure you
what
go
other, like,
make my boy
is there traditions you
Warren
miss
rich.
about Nigeria? 'Cause, like, I mean, it's, to somebody, it sounds fascinating to a lot of people. You know?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of see, like even now, Afrobeats is taking over the globe with our sound. And we created Afrobeats, and that's mainstream.
Yeah.
That we do, the way that we dress, but again, I love my people. I love my culture.
Let's leave.
It's just the government.
He said, let's leave.
Still running the country. Happens worldwide.
Let's leave.
Happens really big. They're just kind of selling the
How you doing?
I'm good.
entities and whatnot.
Oh, what happened to that lawn chair?
In time, you know,
Oh, where's your granddaughter? Oh. Guys, have a good day.
UFC was saying that they might do their first start a fight center in Africa.
Let's
Mark
leave.
Weston.
Definitely kind of cool. Do you feel like
Mark Weston, right?
Yeah, I see that. You know where? Really went out to get food.
I don't know, I said you don't go take it over. Because I pretty much asked him, I was like, now I'm probably going to ask you to take me, so.
Once you grasp this information, once you grasp it, because I've seen it's I'm scoring. I keep saying I'm a work. Other guys like
Let's leave.
Let's leave. Is that Indian guy in our game?
working at a pet shop?
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Fucking
No,
car
but
selling to a bunny.
You're like, man, you missed out. Yeah, you should be a farmer. But
Man.
there's so many of them
About
over
to
there.
skip
They're
out
not-
on the urge.
Sometimes they don't know that's their, so
It's gonna change the game.
and now that they can see that's happening, this whole African
Because the level of inspiration of like some kid late and seeing the fighting gets off in his brother's
Warren, when would you, what did you say? Oh, Warren.
Oh.
When you're a kid, you're not going to be on the games as much, bro.
I will be, but there's a possibility.
just left the country.
Yeah.
That's a badass
Like,
kid.
why do you want to fight? No. Because it was. My
Just don't be giving him no iPad or nothing. But honestly, dude, if you want to play the game for like an hour or something,
I'm sorry,
give him
guys, I
like
got that.
a coloring book or some shit, you know?
Even though I want to
Like, I got 8th grade. Like, actually, I did it twice though.
Maybe a coloring book or
Yeah.
something.
My brain was always just wired differently.
Definitely, yeah.
I've never really looked into it. I don't want it to be but I know the right sometimes. Even when I read a book, sometimes I'm only
And
Talking about the inspiration for the kid. I mean, just like the fact that some kid.
I'm a dreamer. I'm a daydreamer. I could sit there and I still, as a 34-year-old, yeah, I'll just be a dreamer.
Oh yeah, same man. I can sit around. Yeah, I got late to the email game. I think something else. A lot of shit still
I'll just make my own stuff. Yeah, I'm a creative person. And I feel like it's just how you express yourself.
Jump up there.
Joining the fray.
Just get out and get out.
You see, that's kind of interesting like that. I think there's a lot of interesting characters.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you that K Road is just up the street somewhere. Could be. It could be. Because there's some street over here we've seen. You can't tell if he's on like meth or yoga. Both. It's crazy on K Road. It's not too bad.
Was it you I was talking about Miss House with?
Yeah, you just. I've almost been here. The guy tried to stab me with a stapler.
Bro, I was talking to somebody else about her, bro. Or was it you?
Years ago, and he was getting cheeky or something.
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Try to staple me.
Was it you that I was talking about Miss House with?
First of all, you're homeless. Where'd you get a stapler from? What was he gonna do?
Hello?
With a stapler?
What?
People are crazy.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I was texting somebody.
Yeah, I feel lucky. I mean, I went down that road,
so
but
you
I'm not
was
down there.
busy, you was multitasking.
Trying.
Yeah, if they. Well, what's interesting too, I think for Africa.
Will you be on her on like,
say if
I don't know,
they,
10? Like, are you getting on after you done doing whatever you're doing?
Place, right? It's real
Yeah, I
organized.
have to go.
It almost takes the
Drop some
value
food off.
of the bullshit.
Get old baby.
GG,
You know what
y'all.
I'm saying? Streets. Right. It starts to be like.
For sure, I'm about to get off for a little bit, but I'll get
I
back
almost
on in
feel
a
like
little
you
bit.
come out here because that's where at least it starts to change where the focus of it is. So I can see
Alright,
that being
peace
super
out, Peter.
helpful, like just curb a lot of that type of violence and stuff that they have.
I think even me, it's been a long time since anyone's tried me in the streets because now I'm kind of known. But before that, when I was only known in Auckland, you get people who just get drunk. I'm drunk on a night out. They think, oh, this guy, oh yeah, you're a tough guy. You're that kickboxer guy. Hey. But I'm just like, bro, I'm not gonna whip your ass for free. I get paid for this shit.
I'm not even working.
Yeah, I'm not. Nah, why would I whip your ass for free? Like, it's even now, my knockouts in the UFC get a bonus 50K, and I get paid crazy money to fight. But why would I do that for free? And also, if I hurt someone, it's assault with deadly weapon. I'm a trained professional, so I don't want to put. That's why I have. People think I have security for me. No, it's for people. It's for the public, because sometimes people will try and get a reaction out of you, and I'm a very patient guy, as I've said, and sometimes no.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm glad I have them to be like, right, let's